What's up, everybody? We're already live on YouTube. We're also live on Facebook stream, and we're live on Twitch. This is a special podcast. This is a very, very special one. So, damn it. You know what? I forgot to put that image up.
No.
I forgot to. I made a logo for this. I'll put it up in a minute. So I am Goku, also known as King Mexico, and I am the leader of Geeks 5 Ever. And this is our anime Matsuri versus Delta HCon discussion. Now, for those of you that don't know that are checking out the stream, anime Matsuri and Delta HCon are both in the month of July. Delta HCon is a week after anime Matsuri, and they both seem to be going full steam ahead despite the pandemic that we are currently in. Even though they said that they would do a lot of social distancing and work with the city and state to make sure that everybody's safe and everybody's clean, the pandemic is still spreading at an alarming rate. So this is a discussion to see, do we believe, are they in the wrong? So joining me is Oliver. He decided to change his stage name to something else. Saki Kitty.
Can't keep it consistent.
Saki Kitty and
You Tony. What do you want to call me then?
Super Jew, whatever.
What the? did I hear that right?
Yes, you did, and you missed that.
Yeah, you did.
Okay, so let me go ahead and explain. I am the token Jew, and I like superheroes.
Boom.
All right.
There.
All
There
right.
we go.
I don't know what the problem is.
I'm like, did I hear this right? Can you say that?
I'm being insensitive. I am Jewish, and I love superheroes, and so, yes, I am the super Jew.
Okay,
Awesome.
I'm glad you explained that, because now somebody's gonna be like, damn.
Did you know this about me? I thought I
No, I
did not
knew
know this
that.
about me.
I knew that, but it was just like, ugh.
What would you rather I be?
Something else? I mean, you are a Power Ranger cosplayer. Why not something like that?
That's what the name is.
Okay. All right, I just shared it. So if you're just joining the, damn, it even showed that I tagged the person. If you're just joining the stream, can you do this? So do everybody that's just joining the stream, if you're joining, please go ahead and share this to all the Facebook groups, because I can't do that. If you have a chance, like, share it like with the Houston groups. I'm not trying to like start like a very political fight between Anime Matsuri and Delta HCon, but I guess that's kind of what we're doing. So it's either or. So we're gonna go ahead and
Full steam ahead, man.
Are we really starting like some beef?
some beef.
We're gonna start some beef.
I want some beef.
I'm fucking hungry now.
Mm-hmm.
Anyway, so
I know.
Anime Matsuri has decided, before the governor decided to allow businesses in the state of Texas to reopen during the phase 1 plan that was implemented, Anime Matsuri had announced that they were still going full steam ahead. They had said that they had planned on continuing, and that they wanted to provide an escape for the people of the pandemic of the White Claw virus, is what we're calling it, due to YouTube's restrictions on not mentioning the name of the actual virus. So Anime Matsuri announced that they wanted to go full steam ahead with their event, and a lot of people don't agree with that decision. They feel as if they should postpone or cancel, because a lot of people believe, and this is what I'm looking at my notes, that people believe that because a lot of cosplayers in the community have horrible hygiene, it's going to be near impossible for a lot of them to be able to maintain the social distancing, because let's face it, like, without me looking
That's not
at
going to
these
happen.
No.
you're gonna have people that haven't seen each other in months. They're gonna like run up and hug each other and
they're gonna glomp.
Yeah, glomp or whatever you kids are doing nowadays. They're gonna do all this stuff.
That's me, by the way. I am a total. When I don't see people I haven't seen, not just in months, but like.
Are you wearing gloves?
I only see once a year, huh?
Dude, I haven't seen you like in 2 years.
Exactly. Like, that's my point. If I finally see you at a con, you can best believe I am going to super glomp you.
I haven't
And that's what I do to,
actually.
like, all of my friends.
Let's be honest. The last time I saw you, I had to come visit you.
That's no, we're not talking about that. We're not going to talk about that. But yes, that is true. That is true. You had to come to me.
Yeah.
As I can tell you right now, it's like Febreze ain't gonna kill the White Claw.
Febreze, yes. This podcast is brought to you by Lysol. Remember, follow government instructions and inject Lysol daily for maximum impact and results.
You sound like my friend Epic Voice Guy.
Oh my god.
That was actually a really good impression. I have to tell
Oh,
him.
I just want to say something real quick. I just got my bias tape, and this is basically what's used to like tie the mask. So I'm going to be working and finishing all these masks. So there's no more pre-orders. They're going to be sent out like the next day if anybody wants to order it through my Etsy shop, and I will post that up in about a few moments. So if anybody wants to order, and they're cheap.
Nice.
They're $4. I had to increase the price by one more because like tape, elastic is like freaking gold now. It's hard to get. Sadly, it's
Really? That's crazy. I didn't know that.
Oh,
yeah, like
crap.
what do you call it?
Nothing. I'm trying to tag my friend. but-
All the fabric is like gone, just to make masks. It's nuts. It's really it's freaking
That's
crazy.
pretty bad.
All right,
That's
so
pretty bad.
going back to the Anime Matsuri thing. So Anime Matsuri has decided like to continue ahead, and they said that they are going to make sure that people are safe, that they're practicing social distancing, and they're going to do what they can to make sure everybody is staying hygienically clean. I don't know. That was not added, but I was trying to sound smart. Never mind. Stick to being
That-
Mexican.
I'm not laughing at you. I'm laughing at the fact that Anime Matsuri thinks they're going to be able to tell the convention goers, be clean. Nah,
They're
bro.
not even clean now. Oh my
Happen.
god.
So
That
for,
ain't gonna happen. No. That ain't gonna happen.
Not
They
gonna
weren't
happen.
clean before. They ain't gonna be clean now.
So for
Oh,
those
yeah.
of you
Fuck yeah.
listening that don't know, and I hardly doubt anyone listening doesn't know anything about Anime Matsuri, but for those of you that don't know about what's going on with Anime Matsuri, is that there have been allegations against the one of the owners of the convention, not going to say his name, you can actually Google it, of sexual harassment towards the Lolita community for sending very inappropriate text messages and emails.
And you could find the screenshots like on Reddit, Tumblr,
There's
Boycott.
plenty of resources. Yep.
Yeah, like it's really easy to research. Like it's plain as day, like what he was asking for.
Are you sure it was plain as day?
It's like the worst kept secret of the con community.
Mm.
Yeah. I mean, even like before all of that allegations happened, I had a friend and he actually warned me about him. It's like, oh, be careful of the owner because you fit his description. And I'm like, well, like, what do you mean, like, description? It's like, well, he's what he likes in a girl or a woman, which is like somebody that looks young. And I was like, oh, it's that type of person. So,
Oh, God.
yeah, it was like I was warned by this like 5 years ago before all that shit has happened. So when I heard about it, I was like, yeah, that wasn't a surprise.
Y'all
Yeah,
kind of
yeah.
just kind of y'all just kind of described Quagmire like 18, all right.
18, all right.
Oh my god.
Giggity.
Oh,
I'm
man.
terrible people. I'm a terrible person.
I
So-
like sexual wrestling young girls. Giggity.
So many windows. James Chiapet says that's what's going on. What's going on with Anime Matsuri? Their con chair is a sexual predator who rips off people in business left and right. Who's overpriced.
Yeah.
Japanese arcades suck. I'm not going to approve that statement That is what it says in the comments. Actually, it says it in the stream right now. That is his. Remember, the opinions of the people commenting on the stream do not necessarily reflect those of the admins and sponsors of Geeks 5 Ever. If you have a complaint, feel free to do so by sending us an email at geeks5ever@gmail.com. If you feel that the need for a retraction, you can also email us at geeks5ever@gmail.com. Or you can hit us on facebook.com/geeks5ever and send us a private message through there. We do, if anything is said during the stream that feels out of line or feels like slander, you can message us, anyone listening from Anime Matsuri. And we are going based on what's available, facts, screenshots, evidence, posted by press.com, houstonchronicle.com, and other independently owned media outlets. I blacked out. What happened?
Legal disclaimers. For legal reasons, that was a joke.
That's right. Legal disclaimers. Do not sue me. I don't have money.
Like you're not gonna get much money from us. But like I actually watched, what was it? It was one of Matsuri's streams, and it was, to me it was kind of weird because like we talked about Matsuri was like a week or 2 weeks ago, and like the next day they did a stream about like, hey, it's still going, and they said that they're taking precautions. They don't say what precautions they are. It's just like, is there going to be hand sanitizers everywhere? Are you going to wipe down the doors, the doorknobs? Are we going to use escalators? Are you going to wipe down,
Okay, if they really want to keep it safe and clean, they better have the escalators on. Otherwise, people are going to be sweating all over the place.
Yeah, I mean, like, how's that going to work? You
Among
still have
other things.
6 feet apart, so, like, every 6 steps, like, another person can come on. It's just, I don't know how this is going to work,
Well, yeah, it's not only just that, but, like, as far as I know, like, a lot of, like, city facilities that are holding, like, events and stuff like that aren't even open yet. Like, you can't... Like, I don't know how they're gonna.
Let's look at some of the events that have been canceled. For the first time since World War II, Oktoberfest in Germany has been canceled.
Yes.
Yep.
Anime Expo has been canceled for this year. Comic Palooza has been canceled for this year. San Diego Comic Con has been canceled for this year. Power Morphicon, the unofficial Power Rangers convention that happens once every 2 years, has been canceled. And people that don't know about Power Morphicon is a Power Rangers convention that was started by fans, but now is actually affiliated with with Hasbro, and it was affiliated with Saban, but and now it's with Hasbro. They do all kinds of like showing for like new Ranger figures, and they always show the new actors for like the new season that's coming up. And even though it's not owned by the people that own Power Rangers, it is like they are a part of that show now, and it is a big deal. It's once every 2 years.
That's cool.
It's a really awesome convention, and we waited 2 years for this con, and it's not happening.
I mean, like, it's the right thing to do to cancel conventions, in my opinion. But if they want to continue,
not just conventions. Also, somebody just brought up Houston Rodeo, Scarborough Renaissance.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Or
They were all getting close.
Sherwood
Sherwood's
canceled halfway through.
Sherwood
Canceled halfway through.
They did try to do a stream where they show all the shops, so you can shop online of all the shops that they had over there that they can't continue, to try to help the businesses, which also Comic Palooza did. As soon as they canceled, they went ahead and set up on their own website lists and pictures of what they have in their website so you can order. And they've been promoting that at least once a week, because I still follow them. And so every once in a while they're like, hey, we have new artist alleys, new people that were doing panels. Here's some of their works, or buy from there. And I think that's great. But it still sucks because it loses the experience. But at the same time, like, I bought a few things, just to support.
Nice. That's good. That's good.
Man, I didn't buy shit because I couldn't afford anything. I'm like, oh, that's cool. How much? Ooh. No.
Yeah, I'm right there with you, man. I'm right there with you.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah, I mean, I'm just trying to help out as little as I can. which is, what I can do. Oh, I'm making something. Because I haven't shown this yet to my fans yet, because I just been slowly, I just started to work on it yesterday, because I was bored as fuck. Like, here we go.
What is that?
Oh, cute!
What is
Yeah.
that? What is that?
It's Vaggie from Hasbin Hotel. So I just started to work on this yesterday. The dress is too long. I got the dress for like I think $30, and it's stretchy material. So I'm like, either buy the material or just like, buy it, make it, take it long, or just pay $30, which is the exact same amount, and then have it there. So it's just like, it's a cheap, easy one, and I had scraps of like fabric, and so I'm like, yeah, it's working. It's working fine.
Shameless advertising segue. Today's podcast is brought to you by Squirt. Ladies.
I love it.
What's up?
But yeah, what I was gonna say was I know that there's like a lot of like not conventions, like Funimation is doing like a virtual convention too now.
Yeah.
So Funimation just recently announced that that they are doing a Funimation convention, and it's going to be a virtual con. They're going to have people do like, it's all like over webcam. It's pretty much like a glorified live YouTube channel. But if you can show your support for the channel, for Funimation. But the thing with Anime Matsuri is that they just announced a Japanese guest. And I might not be the smartest person in the world. Sometimes I'll admit I make a lot of dumb mistakes and I screw up a lot. But correct me if I'm wrong.
Wait, what? What?
Shut up.
I'm kidding.
Correct me if I'm wrong. Aren't Japanese guests from Japan? And isn't there a travel ban?
Are they saying they're not?
No, but isn't there a travel ban?
Yeah, they just implemented a travel ban with this in April. Like at the end of April, they barely went into like a state of emergency.
No, they implemented that in March.
The travel ban? Oh, okay.
Yeah, it was.
But isn't it just international travel?
It was international travel for all countries except for ones in the UK.
Right.
Yeah, because I thought they had. I recently thought that they had stopped Japanese citizens from traveling abroad. Period, and nobody could enter or leave.
They did that in March because I remember they were talking about it before WrestleMania, because some of the wrestlers are from the UK, so they were like, okay, so they're still going to be able to do the big show. Because and look, here's the thing: I'm a wrestling fan, and WrestleMania is the biggest show of the year. For Anime Matsuri to think, and here's the thing: WWE is a multi-billion-dollar company, but they're doing shows. They're doing their shows in an arena that's empty. There are no fans.
Yep.
And it's eerie, and it's crazy to think that Anime Matsuri wants to be packed. Where some of the biggest and WWE is known for like a lot of shady shit, especially right now. And shout out to Katz who says sorry I'm late. I'm in between if it's not a good idea and if it's a fantastic idea. I really want to go, but I say don't go. I say don't go to either.
Go.
Yeah, my guest list, and there's like 9 of them I believe that are coming from Japan.
So J-pop. Have you heard, Saki Kitty? Have you ever heard of the group called J-pop something? It's let me see if I can look them up. I got a message from. I sent them a message. I thought you might have heard of them because they're not based in Houston apparently because I messaged them, but they had it's called. Shit! I should have had Facebook already up. I'm slacking today.
You're tired.
Yeah, I am tired. I woke up early today. I woke up at 10 this morning. I'm used to waking up like at 12 or 1 in the afternoon. Plus, I was sick this weekend. I was really, really sick this weekend. I couldn't do. We were supposed to do a podcast on Monday. It's the one podcast that Saki Kitty's not a part of because Saki Kitty's busy with Saki Kitty stuff.
I have life.
Okay, they're called J-Pop Project.
Okay, I'm trying to look for them.
So I sent them a message. Hello, I'm from Geeks 5. We're doing a podcast today about Anime Matsuri and saw your post. You posted an article about them. Could I get a statement on your thoughts on them remaining open? This is what they had to say. We are a news outlet rather than an opinion site. But I was surprised that they are still going ahead with all other major events having decided against it. But I don't know the situation in Texas. I also feel that they would have a problem getting Japanese guests to come over.
Wow. So they're just like, we
So
don't.
do they?
We're just like that. We don't even know what's going on with them. They haven't, especially like
So,
the band.
so in regards also to the Funimation, are they saying there's actually going to be somehow Japanese actors going somewhere? Not everyone's doing this from like
So there are some
this
people
fabulous
that
this fabulous thing. What
I haven't actually
You know what I mean?
Googled the traveling situation between here and Japan, but I have heard that there is a 14-day quarantine period to where if you are traveling, you have to quarantine 14
No, no,
days
no.
once you.
I'm not talking about that. I'm talking
Oh.
like I'm asking you. In regards to the Funimation Con, you said there was a Japanese guest. Are they
No.
trying to actually have
No,
a
no, no.
thing
The
for-
Japanese guest is for Matsuri.
Oh, okay. I got confused on that. So yeah, they think. Yeah, that's interesting. How they think they're gonna have somebody come around the world, sit in hiding for 2 weeks, and then meet God knows how many. I don't even know how many people think they're gonna come.
And the
It's
crazy thing is,
amazing
if they
how-
go back to Japan, they have to go back
Mhm.
into quarantine again for another 14 days.
Again, you're
Yep.
you're still in hiding for a month. What the heck? Why don't you just do a Zoom meeting?
So
Yeah, they suspended visas. They suspended travel to a shit ton of other countries.
Mhm. As well, they should.
Anime
Yep.
Matsuri has been known to do a lot of things. They at once upon a time they used to actually be during Easter, and they went head to head with another convention that is now gone called Kamikaze Con.
Yeah, I remember going there. It was a nice small con, and they fucked them over.
Yeah, they took a lot of their audience. So Kamikaze Con decided to change dates, and I really don't want to put the owner's business out there, but he decided to step away to focus on his family rather than having to focus on the convention, because running a convention not only takes up a lot of time, but it takes up a lot of money. And especially if you're going to have a child and you're
Yep.
not, like, if you want to focus more and be more financially stable for your child, not saying you can't do both, because there's lots of people that do both, but I can't blame him for wanting to step away. And now Anime Matsuri is going head to head this year with Delta H Con. Delta H Con is an anime convention in Houston, Texas in July as well. The weekend after Anime Matsuri this year. Last year they were in September. This year they're back in July like they've always been. Anime Matsuri decided to change their dates to more summertime, and a lot of people, I'm not sure, this is speculation, I think they wanted to go with a summer date to gain more money and gain more people to go.
Yeah, I heard, this is also just a rumor in the grapevine that they were trying to compete against, like, Comic Palooza. I'm like, I've been to Comic Palooza. You are nowhere near as organized or as big as Comic Palooza. And Comic Palooza got big real quick.
Yeah, but Anime Matsuri has like 60 million people showing up every year, right?
Yeah.
Something like that.
60
How
million
many?
people?
For Comic Palooza this year.
That-
I understand they
No.
Who has 60 million people?
That meant 60
Matsuri, that's just the
Like,
numbers
not
they
even
always
San
make up
Diego
every
has
year.
that many.
Yeah, it was 60.
Yeah,
You have
I
a
know.
lot
So
of- have a lot-
according to Anime Matsuri, they are the third or fourth largest convention in the country.
No,
Lies.
that's lies.
You don't think so?
No, hell no, not even close.
Like last year of their convention, I told my boss, like, don't go downtown because apparently conventions.
Man, I've
going
seen
in
more
there
people at La Purga
Alright.
than Anime
to
Matsuri.
be like busy, and he's like, he went downtown. He's like, I didn't see there was still parking. They didn't see anything going on downtown. I was like, fuck. if you go downtown, you can definitely see. And like he's like, I didn't think anything was going. It's like fuck. I'm like Matsuri lies. Oh, there's lies.
Why you lying?
So
He
we-
lies.
So to address some comments, Mr. Piccolo says, hello to all the people in the podcast.
Hi.
Hello, Mr. Piccolo.
We have another comment here that says, and people are making comments to about Matsuri. They Diana says they actually wanted to get more guests to come, which you can get the deal where that's heading. James says Anime Matsuri's goal has allegedly been to destroy other anime conventions in Houston.
Yes, they have.
Diana says, according to their site, they are the second largest anime convention.
They get bigger.
Every year they get
It
bigger.
gets bigger. Every time you go onto the thing, all of a sudden we're the second. So it's gonna be the first. We are the biggest anime convention. When? In the same paragraph?
The problem with that statement is that Anime Matsuri is very, very specific with their statements. So actually, what I think that they mean by that is that they are the second biggest convention because of the venue.
Well, the venue is different, you know.
Yeah,
I don't know. It's like they play with their words. Like they're not the second biggest convention.
Well,
know?
like, so what is, yeah, so, like, what does that even mean? Like, what makes you the biggest convention? Is it the guests you have? Is it the actual convention goers you have?
It's supposed to
is
be,
it the
yes.
venue?
Yeah, it's supposed to be like
The
that.
attendees?
Supposed to be
Yeah.
numbers. Supposed to be numbers, venue,
Right.
and like the prestige.
Yeah, can you
Like,
just imagine?
like
But they
guests
keep
bring
they
in.
keep screwing guests over and over and over. That it's eventually it's going to come down. Anime Matsuri 2025 special cosplay guest, my crack dealer.
I'm like, I will go
20% off if you show them your badge. The first
my
hit is
God.
free.
Oh my god.
It's fucking. I don't know. Well, you know, like let's try to like when it comes to Amatsuri, we know they're shit. They're a shit con.
Yeah.
You know, and Delta H, in my opinion, like they're way better and they're least organized. Oh my god, it's not even funny.
Who the
anyway,
hell? Who the
they're-
hell?
they're-
Hold on. Everybody, stop for a second. Stop. I gotta address this. Who the hell are you saying hi, baby, to, Mr. Piccolo?
Yeah, they got fed. The cats got fed.
What's up?
It's up.
Yeah.
I'm surprised nobody's said anything about you being on your porch drinking and smoking.
I'll say something. Why are you on your porch drinking and smoking?
I mean,
Why aren't
Because
you fighting us? Oh yeah, we can't.
subject matter drives me to drink and smoke.
Anime Matsuri. Creating more and more alcoholics.
Oh no.
Delta H Con is also the following weekend. So Anime Matsuri has before Texas began to start reopening little by little. And by the way, my personal opinion is that I think
They're already
we're not
reopening.
ready for it.
Oh no, hell no. I mean,
You think?
so I was actually just reading about how a lot of the states that are reopening aren't like in the guidelines that the White House has put out. Like they're not
Yeah.
in decline of confirmed cases. They're not in decline of anything. And in a lot of these states, like in Texas, for example, there's actually a decline in testing. So people
Right.
You
enough people aren't getting tested. So you can't really say that you're
can't say like it's a decline in numbers
your
when
White
it's
Claw.
decline in testing.
The White Claw
Well,
virus.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah,
Right.
I almost said it too. I was like, the White Claw virus is just like, you know, the amount that's being reported.
Well, you can
is
say
in decline, but
you,
that's
you can
because-
say pandemic. You can say crisis. You can say
Well, see, and the next problem is that
next problem is YouTube
And-
not letting us say the actual name
Oh, like,
of the
we
damn
can't say-
I don't
That's
even care
dumb.
about that. But the next
Like,
problem
real
is,
dumb.
again, everyone's
Right.
making this so. I'm gonna go ahead and throw that part out there. Everyone's making it so political. Every time you turn on the news, one side is like, "Oh, this is a disaster. Everybody's dying." The other side's like, "Nobody's dying. It's just this." And it's like,
We can't live
it doesn't
in
matter.
fear.
The fact is, people are dying, and it's not just the old people. It's also young kids. And let me go ahead and further explain. I am a healthcare worker.
Good.
And
Did you just start
and
clapping?
this is some
Yeah.
absolute
The clap.
bullshit right now that we're going through. I'm one of the healthcare workers that I'm not working as much as I should be or I could be because of all this crap. This is all just absolute bullshit. I am not a germaphobe. I have good hygiene, especially when it comes. I actually have better hygiene because of convention. So I find it absolutely ridiculous that people don't know what fucking deodorant or a shower is.
I have stories.
Seriously?
Stories.
Really, Queen?
Oh my.
Really, Queen. But anyway, but that's beside the point.
Like when I go to convention, I'll take a bath in the morning and at night.
You know
It's
what?
Like 2 showers when I'm at convention.
I'll take
like,
this grenade, and I'm gonna go off topic. I'm gonna go way off topic. I'm gonna take this grenade. Bring it on. I'll find me a good lawyer. I'm gonna put this person on blast. I've met, out of all the people I met in the convention, I've been going to con since 2007, and there's a lot of car background noise.
What are you doing?
Well, they're working on the roofs on one of the other buildings on the other side. They left. They're gone.
So I've been going to conventions since 2007, and I met lots of people. I met people like I've hung out with people like Twinsick, Shoeless, a lot of photographers. I've hung out with countless people. Mm-hmm. I met Texas Jet before all these people were like big time cosplayers, and there's one person who I met that stunk bad, horribly, to the point where I almost vomited. He's now in jail, or prison, or federal prison. His name is Hoshi Jackson, and I will throw his name out there.
Oh God. Oh Lord. I gotta tell you this one.
I have a story.
So before you share your story, I will say this. He smelled horrible, and he came up with the excuse that he was allergic to deodorant.
Boo-boo, they make hypoallergenic deodorant. They make natural deodorant.
Yeah,
I'm also a massage therapist, and I work with natural.
I didn't know that either. I didn't
know. Bro, I can tell you, fucking soap and water is hypoallergenic. Do not give me your bullshit. I am sick of this crap. I'm so done. I'm just done. And again, I'm not
buying natural deodorants just because I'm
sensitive.
sensitive.
Exactly. That's what I do because I'm allergic to.
Bro, you could put baby powder under your armpits.
Yeah, exactly. Take some lime juice and take some lime juice and salt and just rub it in.
Not even get some toothpaste.
Not that good, but just it's better. It's better than nothing.
Wear 3 shirts. No, but this guy was shirtless and he was all had his arms wide open, all up in your face, yeah, you smell that? Smells like a champ. I'm like, nope. Smells like I'm about to go into a coma.
What was it? Shadow? He called himself Shadow or Jack. It's H. Jackson, Shadow, Ninja, whatever.
Yeah. So he was part of the Sleeping Samurai group, and he went by the name Shadow. And I know a lot of people are like, well, you're supposed to be his friend. You threw his name on the bus. No, I haven't been that man's friend in years.
Well,
he started. Years ago before when he got caught. He got caught. He's guilty. You know.
Guilty.
He's in prison. He isn't.
He's in prison.
You know.
Well, he's supposed to be getting out too. I actually went and creeped on his Facebook page, posting from prison and shit. And he's like, "I'm gonna be getting out soon, guys." I'm like, "Yeah, I doubt that."
Okay, so I can say this. So, and I'm probably so one of my friends added me to a chat group. And the entire chat is to give all of his close friends and family updates on his well-being, how he's doing in prison. And I got added to the chat, and I honestly don't give a shit about him. I know for a fact that they are trying to get his case appealed, and they are trying to get, because right now he was transferred to a federal prison.
Yeah, that's you get transferred there if you did some bad shit. I understand.
Yeah.
They don't fuck around.
But
But coming out of the rabbit hole, my point was. Sorry, but my point is, it's just absolutely ridiculous. Some of the things that these people, that people in general have done, and we've all seen the stories. There's weird-ass people that are cutting holes in their face covers because they can't breathe.
Yeah.
No, I will admit, okay, so I was out.
And And then
I will say this, like the face mask,
Yep.
when you're all sweaty and the thing gets a little wet and it starts sticking to your face, it is a little harder to breathe in.
It's just
Boo Boo, I'm all aware of that. I had to do that for my clinic hours. I know
I'm over
good
here.
goddamn well
I'm over
how
here
those
at the
masks work.
store.
With
It's
my
all stuck to
glasses,
my face and I'm like
right?
suffocating,
Okay,
but I'm like, I don't want to get sick. I'll just die.
Well, just lay down.
okay.
it's not
But
even that the mask prevents you from getting sick. It's just to prevent you from, like, if you're asymptomatic,
breathing on
whatever.
other people. Yeah, you know why
Exactly.
you're getting all sticky and stuff? Because, yeah, you don't have to actually spit or sneeze on people when you talk. You're still spitting a little bit. And that's catching all of that. And when you exhale, it's all coming back in. So, again, rather than share all that with everyone, I know sharing is caring, but not this time, children. Not this time.
Always
Keep
share.
it to yourself. Just keep it to yourself.
That's what they
And
said
Yep.
last time.
I'm sorry, but do we really need to go back and talk about, like, how big do you think this virus actually is? I mean, physically. Why would you cut holes? You know, viruses are microscopic. You can't actually see them.
Listen, the problem of your logic is because it's logic.
And I am the most illogical person ever. But this
Yeah,
is
like,
just crap. Come on. This is
people
just
can justify
absolute
anything
crap.
with their logic. You can justify anything with your skewed sense of logic.
So, okay, but the hygiene thing, I'm not
No.
going to lie to you. I kind of went to the store with bad hygiene. Hopefully, if I stunk, people would stay away from me. It worked.
Hopefully, but I mean, like, that aside, yeah, but like taking baths is a good thing. That actually keeps germs off of you. Having
Yeah.
a decent night's rest, Goku, would keep some germs off of you.
Called out.
Hey, leave me alone, okay? I've been sleeping a lot more. I got 2 hours of sleep at the last convention I was at
Oh, good. That's good. That's very good.
for the whole weekend.
Staying hydrated and eating healthy. You know, squirt is not exactly a healthy drink. I'm sorry.
Leave me alone.
And neither is alcohol.
Well, okay. I'm trying to see. 'Cause I really don't want to go back and count my days. I really.
Juice.
Okay, so hold on. Before
The super juice says that she drinks her fancy soda.
So before anybody else says
Soda.
anything, I really don't want to go back and count my days again. So I had to do this last
No.
time, but I'm trying to find the post that I made to where I said I was 17 days away from 90 days sober. I believe I'm 5 days away now, maybe less. And I mean not even a single beer.
I'm sorry.
I'm sorry to hear that. Damn. By the way, I'm actually drinking water. I wasn't drinking the soda.
I'm joking, bro. I don't.
No, you aren't. You threw.
That's water.
Fuck.
He's like, you
Hold
came
on.
into this damn podcast with a mission. I'm a roast Matsuri and Goku. Fuck him.
Look about two
I don't-
birds, one
I'll never
stone.
respond to- Yeah, okay, so Can I say something?
Yeah, you the one who talked the most.
No, shut up. That's
Okay.
rude. No, I mean about the comments. I was skimming through your comments, and there's this chick, Gabby, that said something really cool.
What?
Okay.
There's a lot of talk. Am I allowed? Or I'll let you do it, since you're
No,
the boss.
I didn't see the comment. So go ahead.
Okay, so Gabby says there's a lot of talk about this virus will leave as quick as it came. What are the views on that? That's bullcrap. It
Well-
really isn't. It's
I
not.
mean,
That's not how
short
that
of a-
works.
Yeah, there's no vaccine for it. I mean, there's not going to be a vaccine that's
Right.
going to be ready like anytime soon. I mean,
Right.
maybe the latest
So-
early 20.
So
Like
this is my
21.
point. So with some of the so we know that there's a lot of states protesting the stay-at-home orders, and
Boo.
because everyone's going stir crazy. I don't agree with it either, especially because they are outright flouting. They're not being socially distant. They're still not wearing the masks, and
being
it's for
racist.
bullcrap reasons, like, oh, everybody is essential. No, you're not, boo. I'm sorry, you're not.
Another comment
If
says,
you're not a healthcare worker, if you're not serving food, if you're not waste management, because we need to keep the streets clean. That's another reason why the virus is staying down. You know, we've done this before in history. The
Yep.
Justinian plague, the Black Plague, the Spanish flu. We've done this not a million, at least 3 times.
Like, we've done
It's not my
several
fault.
times.
But because we have these innovations in hygiene, getting rid of our trash and having indoor plumbing and stuff like that, that's why we have less viruses and less diseases than we did back then.
Yep.
And it's not just going to disappear. Shut up.
I was just trying to mess with my friends that are watching. Did I throw off your train of thought? Yes. It worked.
Oh, did I interrupt your train of thought?
Okay, well, no. To add to your rant, the reason why I don't
Go.
believe that it'll end is because there's too many people out there, like you were saying. There's too many people that aren't taking this seriously. That think it's just like whatever.
Mhm.
Okay,
Everyone's
you're absolutely
like, it's a
right.
hoax,
You're absolutely
China
right.
created it, blah, blah, blah. And it's like,
kindness, people. That's basically what it's
The reason
stupid.
why, and people are like, well, the numbers that were the projections are saying that so many people were like this was going to happen and that was going to happen, but that was all like exaggerated. They're lying. Okay, you people need to understand that the projections were estimates based on if we didn't do anything.
Exactly.
here, let me put this in a real world concept for you guys. Anyone ever had to take their car into the maintenance shop? And you know what they give you? An estimate. They say, oh, we think it'll be about X amount of dollars for us to
Hold on.
fix your rear axle.
Let me dumb it down for you. Okay, for those of you, for my friends listening, it's pretty much like this. If you continue to piss me off and I say I'm going to kick you in the nuts, and you stop, well, he didn't do it. That's because you stopped. But if you continue to piss me off, I'm going to kick you in the nuts.
You're going to get kicked to the fucking... I mean, like, there's already been like 60,000 people that are in what? It's like close to 70,000 now that have died.
Well, okay, no.
Just in the past 2 months.
Yeah, not in a year. 2 months, guys.
Yeah.
Gabby said that I meant how fast,
Wait,
not
what?
first.
Oh.
Wait, what?
Gabby said, she added another comment, I meant how fast, not first. LOL.
Okay. How fast?
How fast would it go? Will it go away as fast as it came? Actually, it didn't show up that fast. It was already a thing before 2019
Last
ended.
year.
Yeah.
Yep.
Right.
Like, there was
That's
even
why it's called COVID.
that we had it going on.
You can't say it.
February.
The thing is like these viruses mutate every time they come into a new host, and then they spread. So every time it mutates, to reduce it from mutating is to keep people inside, because the more that it mutates, the more that it becomes resistant to
I think
treatment.
I think Gabby
vaccines
said
and
no.
stuff like that.
Gabby said no. Okay, I think we misconstrued Gabby. That goes with my other comment. What comment? I'm confused. This is
I'm confused,
I would share my screen with y'all so y'all could see all the comments, but I can't do that while my webcam is on.
It keeps
So it's one or the other.
that's what I did. I pulled it up on another thing. So that's why I'm like, what is this?
What's going
it's
on?
hiding behind
What's
you.
going on?
Okay.
Tomato,
It's like,
tomato.
yes, said
I mean,
it.
yeah,
That
I don't know
time.
what you're talking about, girl.
Okay, so we're gonna interrupt this.
Let's just get back to the cons.
Actually,
okay.
let's go back to the convention. So, Delta H Con.
Mention.
So, James did say this about Delta H Con. Damn it, I gotta scroll back up and look at this stupid comment. I mean, you're
oh
not.
my god.
You're prepared.
Back though,
I have to.
Delta
Yeah.
H Con. Is it just me or has Onicon done more social media than Delta H Con? And Onicon is until Halloween. So the reason why I think Delta H Con. So I messaged the con chair of Delta H Con, Sarah. I'm not sure how to say your last name, Sarah. If you hear this, I'm sorry. I messaged Sarah asking for a statement if they had any plans to postpone or cancel Delta H Con. There was no comment. A couple weeks later, they made the announcement that they were going to go ahead and continue after the governor implemented the plan to start reopening Texas. Now, there's a lot of my friends that believe that Delta is not in the wrong, like Anime Matsuri, because they are just following state protocol and guidelines, where Anime Matsuri was going to stay open regardless of what the situation was.
Yeah.
And I call BS on that.
Has
I
shown.
call crap on that. That's just
So-
rude. That's just rude. But at the same time, see, this is the double-edged sword with us reopening the way we're doing it. Even if it's a soft opening, like we said, we're not testing as many people. The cases have not gone down. We don't know how many people are sick, getting sick, or are asymptomatic, which means they're sick and they're just not showing how sick they are. I've already had a dozen friends have scares and they all got tested. Fortunately, everyone's negative, but that's already happened, and they've been, so when you allow, I forget what the number is right now, if we just start allowing masses of people to get together, this thing is going to resurge, and it's going to go insane, because that's what happened, again, with like the Spanish flu. It was terrible, and then it went down for a bit, and then it came back worse.
Yep, a lot more people died in
that. We've been doing mostly pretty good with keep doing that thing, flattening the curve, not over stressing our hospital systems too much. But once we reopen, there you go. But once we reopen everything, raw. I mean, it's gonna be like,
yes,
we're gonna have to go back into quarantine again. I know we're just gonna have to do all of it.
It's gonna happen.
Diana, we already we had mentioned that before. I'm not sure if you were listening to the stream. We did mention the fact that Anime Matsuri was bringing in Japanese guests from Japan to the United States for Anime Matsuri. So the problem with it is that I'm not sure how the travel ban is, if it's still in effect or how it works. I don't know. I didn't research it before the podcast, and I should have. But there was a travel ban between the United States and any other country that was not in part of the UK. Now, we did say that I think there's a 14-day quarantine period to where if you come from Japan, you have to be quarantined for 14 days. And once you go back, yes, you do have to be quarantined for another 14 days. I don't know how legitimate that statement is. I'm not sure. I'm not actually in a position right now to be traveling, so I didn't really think about that. But it is something that we had discussed. And yes, you're right. The problem with Anime Matsuri...
Some of it's not even international. Some of it's not even international. If you've... so I go and visit my sister in Texas City. They've got the billboards up here saying if you personal travel to Louisiana, you got to quarantine for 2 weeks.
Yeah, when Louisiana had that big old outbreak because of Mardi Gras.
Right.
Like, they didn't care. They're just like, party bitches.
Florida's got the thing with the spring break.
Oh my God.
The spring breakers, and
Thank you, Jesus. I did not go to Mardi Gras this year.
It's insane.
The stories I'm hearing, it's crazy of like, oh, we're gonna just do what we want. And I'm like, okay, you're gonna cause problems for everybody.
Like the people with the sign. So with Anime Matsuri though, they've said that they're going to try to make sure that everybody's practicing safe social distancing, making sure everybody stays clean, hygienic, everybody is safe, everybody's secure. That the con-chair herself, the CEO of Anime Matsuri, stated that her family, her parents, and her children will be at the convention as well.
Oh my God. What?
Wait, they will be or won't be?
They will be.
On that part. Like, are they in the convention, but like in a quarantine area where they don't meet anybody there, or just stay in the hotel?
Okay, Saki Kitty, the first half of your speech was like very choppy because
totally gone.
Yeah.
Okay.
Your internet.
Let's see. If that's any better. Is that any better?
I don't know. Say it again.
Oh, with what was her name? Denise. And inviting, like, oh, she's gonna let her grandma, whatever, her kids come. Like, what are you gonna do? Just put them in the hotel the entire time? Because that's the only good way.
Nombre, somebody says nombre, she's digging a hole. They're bringing out the Spanish. Aquí estamos con Geeks Fiber hablando de Anime Matsuri, de las pendejadas que van a hacer del COVID-19. Oh, shit, I said the name of the virus.
Wait, what?
Oh, shit.
Ah, fuck it. Con las pendejadas que están haciendo con el pinche convención, que van a ir todos, que se bañan, que se limpian que se limpian.
Wait, am I having a stroke? What just happened?
We're speaking Spanish, home girl.
I don't know Spanglish.
That wasn't Spanglish, that was Spanish. Anyways, Kat says,
Yo no hablo.
Trunk says a lot of weebs are gonna die because of Matsuri.
You're not wrong.
Not wrong.
Not
You're
wrong.
not wrong.
Kat says,
It's
dude,
sad,
like I
but
said,
you're not wrong.
Kat says, dude, like I said, I have a very shitty immune system, and I get sick really easily. So I don't go all out and try to limit. So don't go all out and try to limit people around me. But
Nope.
I'm getting low on
Out a
funds for
lot.
my bills, so I'm currently looking for a small part-time job.
Right.
We're gonna start a
Everyone is.
GoFundMe. We're gonna
Right, and like
help Cat. Hashtag save Cat.
there you go.
Hashtag save cat.
Hashtag.
But no, yeah, like that's the other reason why we're doing this is because yeah, there are people that get sick easier than others. Old people, we got not yelled at, but everyone was like shocked. My 98-year-old grandmother came and visited us in March, right before everything like shut down.
Yeah.
And everyone was like, "Why you bring her down here?" It's like it wasn't warm. We got her out. What do you want? She's fine. She's in quarantine. She was in quarantine after coming here. She's fine.
Well, like the one thing that I was gonna say was that like a lot of congoers and cosplayers themselves are, you know, they have those issues with their immunocompromised and they have weak immune systems. Like, I'm actually like, you know, like surprised that, you know, there is that larger number of people that are within our community that are affected by issues like this, and how the people that are running these conventions just basically, don't give a crap about them. Basically,
Well, you gotta
know,
understand
they're willing to risk their health.
Profits before people.
Yeah.
And then the thing is, and look, I don't want to talk bad about the community because the community is my lifeblood. They are what keep my channel going. But at the same time,
Oh,
I
absolutely.
have to admit that there are a lot of dumbasses in the community. There are
Yeah.
a lot of stupid people like these. Like, look, it's already bad enough that sometimes we get sick during a con because people, they were like, oh,
I've gotten sick at a con.
I've gotten sick from a
Yeah.
con too.
I'll
gotten
I'll
sick
be
Oh,
honest.
real
of the,
bad.
I'm a pretty decent
Real
immune
bad.
system. Like I said, not a germaphobe. I get the plague from con.
We call it the con
Not all the time.
Bad.
because it just like
Yeah, I get the con. Yeah, I get the con. I've gotten the con flu the last like 3 cons I went to.
Hand sanitizer. I just like once I kept getting sick like consistently, I was like, you know what? I just like hand sanitize myself constantly, and I fortunately have not gotten sick.
to address the comments.
There you go.
To address the comments, I can
Yo.
promise you this: if this situation does not improve by mid-June, the conventions will not happen.
Yeah, I'm pretty much
They better not.
writing off. I'm writing off this whole convention year. Like,
Okay.
like I'm not
It's
going
just
to,
not
man.
really quick story
I don't
because this
plan to.
actually happened to
Yo.
a friend of mine at a convention. He went to a small convention and because he does a lot of volunteer work and he dresses up as Zach from Final Fantasy, and he went to the convention. He came back and then just the next day he got meningitis. And he was in contact with anybody else. His wife didn't get it. His coworkers didn't get it. That means he got it from the con.
Right.
And so somebody went to the con sick, and he got that, and he was scared
Right.
because he was taking pictures with children. You know, they're like, "Oh, they want to take a picture with the guy with the biggest weapon." Sure, and it was just like he was just like he had
Yeah.
people at the con.
Well, that's what happened at the rodeo this year too. Somebody went to the chili cook-off who was positive for White Claw,
Yep.
and it's like that's why we had to shut down
Yeah, because
because people are like, "Oh, forget my health, forget the public safety. I want to go and live life." And it's like, no. If you're sick, if you're experiencing symptoms, stay home.
Yeah, like I've already got into fights with like other congoers about this type of stuff. They're like they're spreading like fake news stuff like being spread by Alex Jones and all these like pro business things. And I'm like, bro, like okay, no, this is not how it works.
Alex Jones is responsible for this. That's awesome.
They're controlling our government. I hope you know this.
It's the lizard people making the fucking frogs gay, man.
Hey,
We gotta stop the
changed.
globalists.
don't disrespect the lizard people.
Sorry, Saki Kitty. Sorry.
But no. Oh my
Up
god.
with the water to make the frog gay.
Wait, what?
Well,
Yeah,
yeah.
they put stuff in the water to make the frogs gay. That's why. That's why people are being super fucking Alex Jones.
Fucking ridiculous. It's so maddening how like people can be duped into risking their own health, their family's health, and other people's health.
Right.
It's
Because they need to take care of themselves. I'm fine.
Yeah, I'm fine. I'm not sick. I'm not coughing.
Oh yeah, no. Our friend Canada at one of the cons,
Until you drop
it was
dead.
so bad.
Yeah.
Our friend Canada.
Neither did Typhoid Mary, bitches. Neither did Typhoid Mary. Look what happened there.
Right.
Mhm.
No, one of our friends. We went to a con, and one of my friends, he's always getting sick. So we went to one con, and he got sick. Man, he caught the herpes. So it's an epidemic.
The herpidemic.
that herpedemic.
Man, that's why you gotta wrap it, man. You gotta like at least
I
like
fucking hate these things.
dental dams and stuff.
No, I'm kidding. He didn't catch it. Or am I? No, I'm kidding. He
Sure.
doesn't have the herpes. We were spreading a fake rumor that he did at one convention just to cock block him.
Oh god.
Man, that sounds like shit that was spread about me in high school, man.
You had the herpes too?
I have so many. There was
I can't even with these.
I was sleeping.
No, they were saying that I was like that I had sex with like some girl that I never had like any relations with, and I was like, no. I didn't find out till like years later.
Yeah.
Okay. So let's go back to Delta HCon. So somebody had posted a comment earlier saying that the conventions are going to lie about being open. They're going to lie to the very last minute to where their backs are against the wall, and then they're going to say, oh, hey, by the way, guess what? We're canceling or postponing. Now, the deal with Delta HCon is that they're a lot smaller. They're definitely a lot smaller than Anime Matsuri. So they don't have like that George R. Brown insurance. Like, I think Anime Matsuri they have their event covered with the George R. Brown insurance to where if the event doesn't happen, they're financially covered until but they do have to do it the next year. So what Anime Matsuri is going to try to do is they're going to try to tell you, hey, well, we're not going to go on this year because the government won't let us. But
they'll take that money, though. They'll take that money.
they are going
Yeah, we're gonna keep.
I wouldn't do it. I wouldn't do it.
but if we'll transfer your money, we'll transfer your badge to next year, and watch, and like for an extra $5, we'll let you touch Saki Kitty's butt. I'm like, shit.
Sorry.
What? No.
No.
My mannequin's butt. What's the mannequin's butt?
Herpidemic. People are now talking about herpidemic, herpes pandemic. So the problem with Delta, okay, so we're going to go one at a time. Do you think that they are in the wrong for continuing to go despite the crisis that we're in with the current virus spreading at a very alarming rate? It is still spreading at a very alarming rate. So the chances of it spreading at a gathering of this size, because despite the fact that Delta HCon is still smaller than Anime Matsuri, it does generate at least 500 people per day. At least. It could be a lot more. It could be 1,000, could be 1,500. Definitely not 60 million.
Especially
like
since we've
Anime
been
Matsuri.
right. Especially since we've all been locked away for 2
Yeah,
months.
everybody want to get out.
Everyone's going to want to get out. I think this is actually kind of brilliant for their marketing scheme for both Matsuri and Delta HCon, because everyone's going to be like, we're free, and I'll bet you now they're going to be like the second largest convention in Houston or whatever the shit it is.
In the country.
Delta HCon 2 is probably going to, Delta HCon 2 is probably going to get this huge like upswing in attendance and profits and stuff, because finally we can go outside and do shit and not
Yeah, that's
work.
exactly what I was thinking.
But
it's like, all right, go ahead. I'm sorry.
well, no, it's almost like I've been saying this whole like these last 4 years has been like it's like we're in a comic book for real. Like, how is it we're surrounded by these dastardly villains and no one's fucking doing anything?
Because
Like, now I get why Batman's the only one that can fight the Joker, because the police are fucking useless. No offense to... I just went off on a thing. I'm so sorry, guys.
Now fuck that. Don't back the blue. Don't back the blue.
that's right.
I didn't mean that. I did not mean that.
It's wise, a very wise,
I just went off.
a very wise group of men who are young philosophers at life and talking about the struggle. Once said, "Fuck the police."
Duh.
Left.
That's NWA.
But seriously, like, it is amazing how there's just this lack of empathy all of a sudden.
Is this
No,
Yeah,
that
how-
lack of empathy
exactly,
existed
exactly.
for a
How did we go
long
from-
time. I think it's been fostered
How-
by
How did
like.
yeah, no,
I don't get into that.
no, it's fine, it's fine. We're not going to get into the political aspect of this, but I will say this: how did we go from Blue Lives Matter to Nobody Matters?
We just had a flood. What the
I don't
fuck
know.
happened to
I'll be
Houston
honest, I don't know.
Strong?
What I was gonna say before I was my train of thought was that Anime Matsuri, last year when they had moved their dates to right after Akon, how Akon had that big old clusterfuck in Fair Park, how like we were talking about like this is finally the year that Anime Matsuri is gonna die, like they're competing against Akon and all this sort of stuff, and then Akon decided it was gonna be in Fair Park, and that just like kind of just gave Matsuri that momentum
Shitty.
to keep going.
So the problem with Anime Matsuri is that despite the fact that they have a lot of issues, and I apologize for, Jesus Christ.
Did she drop that?
Yeah, no. Our friend dropped out. I really don't want to call her Super Jew, but that was the stage name she picked because she's Jewish and a nerd. But
Like, no,
Nothing wrong with that.
I don't want to call that. I don't want
That's
to.
her prerogative.
all right. But it just because if you don't hear me, like I have to make the disclaimer because this is a live stream. It's not like somebody just decided to listen to, like, if somebody just joins at this very second and that's the first thing they hear, they're gonna be like, oh, what a Mexican asshole.
Yeah.
Human nature. Gabby says human nature. Everyone has a side to them
Yep.
that
You gotta have
psychologically
that disclaimer.
puts a lot of front to confront with society and to conform with society until society dies, and that's why it's changed from lives matter to none. Our friend who is no longer here because their internet is broken said that
Oh,
their
no.
internet broke. That
Our
they broke
connection
in.
getting all fucked up.
Yeah.
You can, if you can. You
There we go.
can still join. I'm letting them know they can still join.
Yeah.
But like, is it wrong for Delta HCon to try to have the event? I mean, yes, the state of Texas is trying to reopen and they're doing it little by little, step by step.
Day by day.
Yeah, well, yes. Check the chat. It says join on the
How many
top.
years does this have?
Top corner. So I'm trying to get Super Jew to join the chat again, to join the stream again, without me. I guess I'm gonna have to fucking call them.
God damn it.
It's stuff like that that interrupts the
Did I
call.
do that?
Oh, okay, you're back.
Well, I can hear you.
Oh, that's good.
Oh,
Yeah,
we,
but
can't,
wait.
like
we can't see.
I'm
you
losing
can't see me.
Jesse here. Yeah, I can hear you just fine, but I'm losing Jesse. I can't hear him.
No! Come
There you
back! What?
Jesse, come back.
Wait, did I didn't go anywhere.
Baby, come back! You did it again!
Okay, wait. So
Sorry.
back on track, I guess.
Well,
Yes.
Anime
So-
Matsuri was, a lot of us thought that, a lot of my friends and a lot of other people thought that AM wasn't going to keep going after last year, but then because they were competing against Akon, the
Yeah.
the week after, and they had that disaster in Fair Park. Like Akon, got bought out, moved ownership, and then they had the Fair Park fiasco. I don't know how else to call it. It was pretty bad. I went and it was kind of fun, but like having to walk everywhere, like everything was way too spread out. But anyway,
I mean, it's no different than the Renaissance Festival, and people there are crazy about that stuff, and it's like miles stretched out, and it's huge. And
during the winter,
but it's more,
Yeah.
but it's more interactive. There's a lot more atmosphere. There's a lot more, like, how do I say, the environment.
there's a lot more drinking.
Right.
That's true. You could not drink at Fair Park. That was bullshit. I was pretty mad about that.
No, but the question is,
like, I need.
do you think it's wrong for Delta to continue with their event, despite?
I mean, I personally, I think it's not right. It's wrong, but they're stuck between a rock and a hard place, just like a lot of other conventions. I have a lot of other friends that run conventions, and they're talking about how they're legally obligated in their contracts to continue as usual until it gets to a point where they cannot, where they have those clauses in their contracts where, short of like states of emergencies, i.e. pandemics, that they can, they're going to have to cancel the event and postpone it, or, just straight up cancel it for the year and move.
Right.
So, just real quick, I do want to share something with everybody, because my friend Carlos just commented, and this pertains to him and a lot of people that I know that are kind of looking forward to this. So I've been doing a lot of digging around, and I've messaged a few people, and I found somebody that's on the insider with their convention that they really want to go to. It's called Dragon Con. Dragon Con is in Atlanta, Georgia, right? It is.
Yes.
It is one of the biggest conventions in the country, with its own parade and festivities.
I want to go. I really want to go.
I want to go too.
So, according to the grapevine, if things have not improved by the end of July, that there is a 90% chance they're going to cancel as well.
I mean, they're gonna have to. I mean, the states haven't even allowed gatherings of more than 10 people. They still have like businesses.
Less than that.
Yeah, they're like less than 25% of their capacity here in Texas, for example.
Right.
So, like.
Right. But I mean, like, well, no, and on top of that, like, I was supposed to be, just as they were shutting down everything, I was supposed to be in Orlando, Florida, for a Transformers convention.
Wait. Hold on.
And
what's going on with your audio? You sound like a chipmunk.
She sounds like a Transformer.
Yes. Super Jew.
Why would you say that? Yeah, you sounded like a robot for a moment.
Yeah, you sound like there's like, it's staticky, but it also sounds like you're talking like really fast, like Alvin and the Chipmunks.
There won't be any conventions this year.
Try it again. Just try it again.
I can't hear him.
Well, I'm trying to like tell Super Jew to like start talking again.
Well, she didn't even have a mic on. Oh my god.
Hey, leave her alone.
No, but she took off her headset.
Yeah.
Okay. Can she hear us?
Yeah, now.
Okay, I can't hear you. Say something.
Me?
No, we can hear you fine.
Oh, no, we can't hear you talk at all. No, you disconnected it, didn't you?
Oh, no.
Join.
Is it not working? We're having technical difficulties. And while we're having technical difficulties, today's podcast is brought to you by...
Alcohol.
I gotta cover up the double X's.
It's brought to you by Squirt, ladies.
Squirt. She can hear you. She can definitely hear you.
I know. She's laughing. You know what? Okay, so to try to fix that, just leave the chat, hang up, and then join again. Sometimes that fixes it.
It's gonna happen.
Have you tried turning it off and on again?
That's exactly what I was telling her to do. Anyways, but so the problem with Dragon Con, the reason why that's not going to happen is because it draws so many people, thousands of people, parades,
Thousands of
parties,
people.
and it's so jam packed. There's really no room to walk around, and it's
Yeah,
going to be
I've
so
seen
massive.
videos of that.
I've seen
like,
videos too,
of
and
just, like,
I've wanted to go to represent Geeks 5 ever there.
just like people on people on people.
People on people on people on people.
It's very super crowded. It's
So-
one of the conferences I go to.
If Delta H-Con, like, I think Sarah's a lot smarter, and she's not like Sarah's a lot smarter, and she cares more about the community. So I don't think Delta has said that they're going to have hand sanitizer and soap and water, and they're going to have masks to hand out during the convention. If it does go on, they will do what they can to help people. But with Anime Matsuri, like, the way they're preparing for the situation is if you go to the con and you walk through the door, they're going to just pepper spray you as a way to disinfect you.
My eyes. My eyes.
Clean now. No, you won't touch your eyes. I'm like, that's exactly what I'm doing. I'm rubbing my eyes.
But like, it's like they're
Can you hear
Like
me
I said,
now?
Yes, we can hear you.
Yay!
good. It's
There we go. Oh my goodness.
We could
It's
see
really
you laughing.
unfortunate,
We could see you. We just couldn't hear you.
Oh,
yeah,
okay.
there we go. Now we can hear you.
Yay.
Good.
All right.
Man,
Maybe it's because I kept throwing my headphones around.
They Anime Matsuri is going to give away their own personalized face mask. It's just like a here you go. Put this mask on, sir. This is a shoelace. Make it work.
like G-strings.
Sir, can I have a mask? Oh yeah, here you go, sir. These are your used boxers.
Oh.
Mask.
I mean, like safety staff at a lot of conventions is kind of piss poor in general. So I doubt that they'll even be able to enforce any type of like
They're
social
not.
distancing or
You can't even get
basic
schedules right.
hygiene.
Time.
Yeah.
My leg.
Like do something like this in this scale. That's why I'm really like critical on Anime Matsuri because they're never organized.
Right.
Panels are always late or canceled or moved.
This
Like,
is
Guaranteed.
no,
with Anime
they're really bad. They are really bad. And the way security is going to work during the con for when the convention, if it does happen, the way it's going to work is this. Sir, he just lifted my skirt and took a picture. Nice.
Nice.
That's all he's going to say. He's going to chuckle and be like, nice.
Are you gonna post it to your OnlyFans?
Your only fans.
I'm sorry. I'm getting a little buzzed.
We can tell.
Are you okay?
Yeah, I'm okay. I'm fine.
Okay.
He's like,
I'm
I'm not drunk enough to handle heavy machinery just yet.
Yeah. I will start cooking though.
Oh,
I got
that'll be
dinner to
fun.
do.
What are you making?
I'm making salmon. Gotta make salmon.
Hey, that's what I just had. I just had salmon and miso soup.
Oh, that sounds good. Nice.
Thanks. Anyway, sorry.
But with Anime Matsuri going on and Delta H-Con going on, do you think that, let's say there was no pandemic, let's say there's no crisis, with Delta H-Con being a week after Anime Matsuri, do you think Anime Matsuri would drastically hurt Delta H-Con?
Yes, absolutely. I think it would.
I think it's gonna hurt Matsuri for continuing than it is to like Delta H. Because if I had to, Delta H would probably be like a super bad.
No, but if there was no pandemic, let's say there is no White Claw virus, there's no pandemic.
Yeah, exactly.
Wow.
Well, I sadly, yes. If the circumstances were different and they were both allowed to do whatever they want without the pandemic, yeah, Matsuri would hurt Delta H. And it's not the first time they have done it as well. They've done some shady shit to try to bring Delta H down. But yeah.
I mean, that's their MO.
Mm-hmm.
That's their MO. They fuck over other people.
Wait. Diana just says, I think they are going to sell the mask based on what Denise said. They're going to sell them.
Oh, so they're not going to even provide them, no?
Wow. I mean,
Yeah.
how much is a
Of
pass for
course, let's
Matsuri?
make some money off.
Let's see. Here you go. We have a mask for you. Here you go. Here's a mask. That'll be $30. This is a paper towel with some rubber bands. Oh, the good stuff.
Yeah, exactly.
That one's 40.
Oh
But
shit.
did you die though? But did you die?
They don't even give you. They give you like fish nets to just wrap around your face. There you go. There's a mask. Doesn't even protect me. Tomato.
Mm-hmm.
I truly
Mm-hmm.
look. This is my opinion, and they can say whatever they want.
Do it.
But I honestly do believe that Anime Matsuri cares more about making money than they do about their general audience. They care more about making making more money on top of the money that they already don't have. Because there's lots of people that have stepped forward that says that Anime Matsuri owes a lot of investors money. They don't pay them back. And like they make promises to pay them back, but then Anime Matsuri claims that they promised to pay them back little by little over time.
Where are the contracts?
Yeah.
Is that like a car payment? Is that what they're doing? Car
Yeah, they're
payments?
doing
or?
car payments.
Carpenters.
How come no one has this in writing? Where's the legally binding documents? What the hey?
Because
I mean, I have stories of what like Matsuri did to one of my friends, So, and he was like a DJ at one of the years of Anime Matsuri, and the way that went is that I don't know if he went to Anime Matsuri or Anime Matsuri asked him, but they're like, hey, so we want don't mind a DJ, sure, we'll let you in, but we haven't scheduled and we haven't put anything in place. So we'll just give you a call and schedule you in, and you get to play at Anime Matsuri. Okay, that makes sense. They never him. They never called him. They didn't say the date, the time, or anything. The way he figured it out is that Anime Matsuri's T-shirt had the names of the guests, and then his name was on the T-shirt, and he's like, "Oh, I guess I am going to go ahead and like DJ for Anime Matsuri." And the problem with that, since they didn't tell him that he was going to be on stage, he had to cancel his upcoming event last minute to DJ at Anime Matsuri. And that you lose money off of that, especially when you have to cancel last minute. Because Matsuri just never told him. It's like some bullshit. Of course he DJ'd and he did a good gig. And when it came to payments, it's like, okay, so I DJ'd, so, when are you going to give me the money? And like, oh, we're going to give it to you in a week. Okay. A week turned into 2 weeks, a week turned into a month, and then it turned into months. And he just basically said, it's like, hey, it's been months, you haven't paid me, so if you don't pay me, like, right away, I'm just going to go on my Twitter with like 19,000 followers and just state like, hey, Matsuri hasn't paid me yet, and they're like, oh, okay, we'll give you some money and we're gonna give you just a little bit extra. He never DJ'd over there. Like that's what happened with him, and he's a sweet guy, he doesn't want to say anything bad but I'm like, yeah, but Matsuri literally gave you over a gig and made you complete a contract when they never fully said, yes, you're going to play. I mean, that's how disorganized they are. And the only reason he got his money is because he was going to just share the world of, like, the shittiness of Matsuri.
That's not disorganization. That's highway robbery.
Yeah, it's just, and he got screwed over. And on top of that, that money was needed for rent, and they just never paid for it.
What are you pointing at, bro?
Nothing.
What are you doing?
Nothing.
Oh my god. But yeah, like, well, no, same thing happened with Space City Con. Y'all remember that?
Oh
Ooh.
god.
Yeah. I think they're actually, well, like, I haven't seen any promos for it, so I think like that was the last one. But one of my friends even worked for Energy Stadium. And was like, oh girl, let me tell you what the heck happened. Because when I'm in con mode, I'm actually kind of oblivious to like bullshit unless it's happening like actually to me and to my friends. So I was unaware of all of the crap that was going on with
Space City.
God, what year? What
Space
year was
City,
that?
it was the last year that they were open.
Oh god, that was that with
Was that the last year?
the
Was that the last year?
They have that year with all the scandals.
Mhm.
With
That was the
Sons
time.
of Anarchy
Yeah, there we go.
and yeah, whatever year that was. I already forgot what year that was. That was my first, last, and only year at Space City, and I know a lot of the dirt.
I went to Space City like 2 times, and I remember they were fighting a legal battle, or with their
Mhm.
team, and they won. And then
Oh, thank
apparently
you.
they just
Yeah.
threw tickets everywhere. Like, you know, people got like, you know, 50 tickets apparently. And then my friend's like, I got tickets like for all
Oh,
the
yeah.
days. Like, no one had to pay for anything.
Hey, you're
You know.
back.
That was
Oh, thank you, commenters, for saying it was 2016. That was the worst fucking year.
Wait, you're looking at the comments? Did you see what I posted on the stream?
Where? I'm not looking at all the comments. I'm just watching the newest ones.
Here, I'll post it in the chat.
So yeah, Space It. No, don't do it. I don't want to.
You must join me, and together we
Oh,
shall
God.
conquer the galaxy.
I need an adult.
So
I'm gonna
I wanna take
Technically.
this time to
Yeah. Yep.
so just on a serious note, no joking around. A friend of ours who would have celebrated his birthday a couple days ago, he died years ago from cancer. He is fighting cancer and he passed away. He is known as Zachary. I wanted to dedicate this stream to Zachary because we call him Zach. Him and Starlord were going to be a part of the original Geeks 5 Ever. But you know, our lives got the better of us. Plus, he was in the hospital for fighting cancer, and then he passed away. So he celebrated his birthday. So I want to say something on his behalf, like, you know, that he is one of the people that helped me come up with the idea to start doing the podcast. By the way, I sent the picture to the group.
Then let me see this picture. Hold on.
Alright, hold on, I guess. Jesus. What's going on? Let me see this picture.
My mom.
I'm gonna take it off the stream now. It was literally on the stream for like so long.
You have to send it to me through Messenger.
I did. I sent it through Messenger.
I get my computer getting slow. Let me just go on my phone.
Yeah, your internet
There you go.
sucks.
Oh.
But with Delta HCon, and this is gonna be this stream, the Delta HCon versus Anime Matsuri versus Delta HCon, it's gonna be something that we're gonna cover for a few weeks because they're gonna do updates. They're obviously gonna update their guest list.
Yeah.
It's gonna be easier for Delta HCon to get guests because they're going for more nationally local guests.
Yeah, they're going for like North American voice actors, that type of stuff.
Yeah, they're going for voice actors that voiced background person number 5, and they have a lot more cosplay.
I mean,
Mambo number 5.
I mean, I get it. They're businesses. They have to do what businesses do, but at the same time,
there's niches.
If
You gotta feel.
I like that they say they're going to have the safety precautions in place, but they can only do so much. It's up to the attendee.
I mean, it's better
To
than
follow
Matsuri.
And
What they're gonna
it's
do.
better. But even under normal circumstances, the attendees are not good at keeping clean. You think they're going to do it under a pandemic? I just don't.
It's that, and also like even city ordinances where they have those stay-at-home orders in place, or even like the large social gatherings.
There's a
gatherings,
rumor.
prohibited.
There's a rumor going around that Anime Matsuri is doing a live stream later tonight or tomorrow.
Okay.
Oh, really? Okay.
Okay. All right.
Yeah, and I can't comment on their streams either. They're
Yeah.
Well,
making
because
sure-
they don't care about us. We're small time to them. Like we are.
Mhm.
I am independently.
We're papitas.
We're papitas fritas. You're bringing up the Spanish in me. You like, and that's why we're doing a podcast. So for those of you that don't know, we're starting a Geeks 5 Ever podcast in Spanish. Geeks 5 Ever en español, con mis amigos que van a hablar de todo lo que está pasando con anime, con los cómics, de las convenciones que pasan en Estados Unidos y México, y videojuegos de PlayStation, Nintendo y Xbox. Todo eso. Vamos a hablar en español para la gente que no habla en inglés y también que no habla en español. Vamos a... va a ser videos, pero también va a ser live stream. So, si quieren ver esos, no sé cuándo van a salir, pero yo sé que estamos trabajando ahorita para hacer todo eso. So, le voy a decir a todos que cuándo va a pasar. Necesitamos la ayuda de todos que puedan ayudar, porque yo sí puedo hablar español, pero no tanto, no como palabras grandes. Puedo hablar español como... pero al mismo tiempo, pero mis amigos que me van a ayudar son de México, entonces me van a ayudar mucho con el canal en español. Well, anyways, back to English. I hit the SAP.
I knew like 10 of those words, and I learned like 10 more. Proud of myself.
I accidentally hit the SAP button. Sorry.
Was that like the SAP? We just went to SAP.
You just pushed SAP.
Yeah.
Somebody's watching the stream like shit.
Subtitles.
Like somebody's watching the stream like shit. I said it to Spanish by accident.
Where are the subtitles? Why isn't this dubbed?
Hashtag pinche Matsuri. But the problem... Okay, what was I talking about before I started going off in Spanish?
I don't know. What were you talking about? Because that was great.
We need to do some Spanish podcasts.
That's pretty good.
How big accent?
Oh,
Like, I'm Mexican. I actually have a dual citizenship. I have a United States citizenship and a Mexican citizenship. So, no draft for me. I can run. I got options.
what?
They gotta repatriate you.
I will run to Mexico is a beautiful country. So, people downplay it like it's all just donkeys and carts pulled by donkeys and sombreros and ponchos.
It's really nice.
Not.
It's really
really not.
Yeah.
I've been to Cozumel.
Yeah,
Cozumel's gorgeous.
You got better alleys in the back of pickup trucks with M249s and shit.
Nice. Gabby's got the dual citizenship. Aquí estamos con
Yeah, Gabby.
Geeks 5 Ever está presentada con Telemundo.
Shouldn't it be like Geek Cinco, whatever ever is?
No, you even with names, you always just say the name the way it's actually pronounced.
Oh,
So,
okay.
Yeah.
like, even with anime, they say the names how they're said in Japanese. Like, Goku is said like that in Spanish, Goku, where here it's Goku.
Oh.
But Goku, even the names, the attacks, they keep all the original names. Makan Hatsapo, El Genki Dama, all those original attacks keep their original names.
Okay.
So,
The more you know.
but instead of a rainbow, it's like a taco.
Bruh.
Bruh.
But
Dying.
Lotte
dying.
and horchata everywhere.
Yes.
So, Saki Kitty, did you lose clothes?
No.
I saw you were clothed there.
Clothes there. That's about the same amount of clothes they're wearing.
No, we're wearing the same amount of clothes. It's just a bag.
Oh, okay.
Anyways, so we are starting another YouTube channel. So the way this video series is going to work is this one. We're going to do this again, and it's going to be part of the Geeks Forever podcast, but it's going to be called Anime Matsuri versus Delta H Con. We have to put Anime Matsuri first, though, because we not only are they the bigger name and they draw more attention, but that's who we mostly talk shit about anyway.
It's also alphabetical.
Chris Trump says Mexico has a Home Depot. They also have illegals out in front asking for work. No, they don't. There's no Home Depot in Mexico. Is there? I know there's a Walmart.
There's a Walmart.
In Mexico, arcades are still popular.
I'm
They
sorry.
still
I
have some
laughed.
arcades. They still have arcades, like King of Fighter arcade cabinet arcades. I know those are still pretty cool. But
I miss that, dude. I miss
I
that.
miss King of. I have King of Fighters on my PC and PS4, and PS2. I still got a shitload of PS2 games. I'm drinking, so I'm trying to not. I'm trying to watch when I can. Oh yay! You missed the part where I said that I'm like 5 days away from being 90 days. Actually, I'm going closer to 100 days now. I'm 15 days away, I think, from 100 days.
Snaps for Goku.
Until this is, and then they're like, oh, Goku just had a beer. He done goofed.
I'll drink the beers for you.
Yeah, you can drink the beers for me. That's cool. You can do that. I totally. So, I want to talk a little bit about the projects while we still, like, because we're gonna start bringing this video to a close because it's already been an hour and a half. We still have a lot of people watching, so I don't know. Like, normally when it starts winding down, we start winding down too. But it's getting late. I don't want to keep everybody away from their whatever they're doing. I know Oliver's got people to go shit talk on Facebook.
Always.
Super Jew, SJW.
I got nothing. I got no life. Cat's
know?
fine.
All right, that's
She's
cool.
fed.
Saki
Wait,
Kitty
what?
works from home now.
Yeah, I work from home.
Yeah, I got no life.
I don't have masks, and I
Unfortunately, I don't have anything.
Oh.
I'll keep talking as long as we talk. As long as we keep
All I
talking,
would-
I'll keep talking.
All I would do is, like, as soon as if you guys close this, all I'm gonna do is go back to watching Big Bad Beetleborgs.
Big bad. No, get off my chat.
Bad Beetleborgs.
Get off my chat.
Big bag Beetleborgs.
Why?
No,
That's right.
I'm reliving my childhood.
I know that show does not hold up as it like that show.
It does not. It's
Does not.
bad.
oh my god.
But I'm enjoying it. I'm enjoying how bad it is.
With so for those of you that don't know, Anime Matsuri used to have an arcade called Planet Zero that was locked up and shut down by the landlord due to Anime Matsuri not paying the rent for several months. I think I heard it was up to 6 months. And there's a rumor. This is just a rumor. There is no actual evidence to back up. See, one thing about the cosplayer convention geek. I'm just gonna say geek community. One thing about the geek community that I can say is there is a lot of gossip, and like 50% of the time it's legit. No, it's not even true. 30% of the time it's true. 30% of the time it's true, and 70% of the time it's bullshit. But there is a rumor that they broke into the arcade to steal their Lolita dresses.
What?
What?
Ew.
And I'm probably going to get in trouble for saying that.
Nah, fuck them.
That's weird.
If they want me to do a retraction, if they send me a cease and desist, I will offer a retraction instead. No, well, Planet Zero was owned. Planet Zero and Matsuri were around the same time. Planet Zero actually shut down, when was it? 7 years ago, 6 years ago?
Yeah. They didn't even have it open sometimes. Like, it's just like the hodgepodge of them, like, not like having, because they had times and they just never did.
Right, so Planet Zero was actually owned by the same people that own Anime Matsuri. And every year for Anime Matsuri, they would take the arcade cabinets out of the Planet Zero arcade and they would take them to the convention. And even sometimes they would do Anime Matsuri pre-parties or after parties at the arcade. They did all kinds of stuff at the arcade. The arcade was actually a very cool concept. It was just poorly managed.
That's why they did a lot of grooming too.
Diana says, definitely would be something that I would hear from the Lolita community. I didn't hear that from the Lolita community. I heard that from people that are friends with some of the staff for Anime Matsuri. Not saying any names. Gonna protect them, but yeah, that's what I heard, and it sounds believable because they weren't given.
Yeah.
Their doors were locked on them. The owner came and just locked the doors on them. Right? No, I remember that I remember Anime Matsuri's original location, and then they moved to the same parking lot where that Half Price Books and Jack in the Box still are. I know what you're talking about.
Wait, what?
If you send me dates when that happened, we can probably look up police records to see when they broke in, if that actually happened. It's pretty easy to find.
Yes. Okay. I'll look it up later and send it to you. They do.
Yeah.
I have been inside their headquarters, their tiny ass office, because I applied to be staff for their con just to see what it looked like inside. Obviously, they didn't call me back once they realized who I was. I never even heard from them. John and Denise saw me there for the interview to be staff. I'm like, okay, so is this a paid gig or is this a non-paid? Oh, well, your level of staff is non-paid, but we require you to work 24 to 40 hours that weekend. I'm like, what?
Sorry, I keep hearing shit.
You keep talking shit. What?
No, I keep hearing
I know,
shit
I'm
like
just
behind me.
I know, I'm just messing with you.
Shut up. I'm making. It's funny. I've been listening to a lot of like paranormal podcasts and I've been watching a lot of those YouTube videos. Like, these are things you should not be seeing. It's people live streaming and there's like shadow figures and shit. I'm like,
okay, Christian.
The ghost of convention.
Christian just commented. The more I hear of Matsuri, the more hectic it sounds. Like, dang. Let me actually share an experience that I had with you. This is completely legitimate. So, Anime Matsuri 2017, we decided to go and host panels there. We have the Super Cosplay Dating Game show, which is a variant of the cosplay dating game that we created. And the line was so long. The line was so damn long. I would like look for my friends in the line. I'm like, hey man, you ain't gotta wait in there. Come wait inside the panel room with us. Get first dibs on seats. So they were letting people inside the room. They had to check people's IDs. They're trying to check people's IDs. They're trying to let people in. The room was overfilled to the point where the fire marshal almost shut it down. The panel. Not only that, one of the staff members came inside during the middle of my panel to interrupt and say, listen, if people keep coming in through the side of the doors, we're going to shut down this panel. Because people were literally just barging into the panel through the side doors. They didn't have any security, any volunteers, or any staff watching the side entrances. None of the side entrances were locked. People were just walking into the panel, and there was no more room for people to sit. So people were standing alongside the walls like a Mexican church.
okay.
I've seen it.
So no, I wasn't talking about the fan fiction panel. I know everybody knows about the fan fiction thing, but
oh god.
But the thing is, this actually happened.
Was that the one with the Nazis?
Yeah, that happened to us.
I was like, we all know it's the Nazis.
Yeah, I know. I got a lot of shit from my friends.
You did tell me that. Yeah, you did tell me that story.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
No, but I was addressing
Pretty fucked up.
Ugh.
I was just telling my
Continue.
friend that story too.
No, but like they're supposed to have people watching the doors, or at least have them locked, watching the entrances. I had some of my staff members watch the entrances, but I was like, like just make sure nobody comes in. But at the same time, it's like the way my staff works is this: if it's not our responsibility, and if we don't really like the con that much, we won't do shit. Like at Renaissance Festival, this one girl we took with us was being retarded as shit. She was being dumb. She was doing like really heavy drugs. And everybody was like, oh no, Goku, she ran off somewhere by herself and you're responsible for her. I'm like, bullshit, I'm responsible for her. She's 18. And everybody's like, they're making whole groups of search parties to go look for her. And this is at the Renaissance campgrounds. I'm like, oh my God, everyone needs to chill. And I look at my friend Asian. I'm like, Asian, we're going to go to the bonfire and we're going to go hang out and party. And if we see anybody from the group there, pretend you're looking for her. Oh no, she's not here. Let me look inside this beer.
When did you go?
I go every year, but I go every year.
When was this time?
Shit, like
last year?
4 years ago.
Oh, 4 years ago.
Oh, okay. I was gonna say, yeah, my friends and I, we went this last year in November. We normally go for All Hallows Eve. We went for, what the hell was it? I forget what weekend it was. It was whatever the middle of November was. Anyway, I almost died.
Yeah, no, we went every weekend this past one. We even had our bounce house set up. I don't know if you saw bounce house.
Ooh, bounce house.
Okay,
you're asking me. You're asking me. It's been already like 6 months or whatever.
Did you go to the campgrounds?
Yeah, we were camping like in the Rose.
Yeah, no, we had a bounce house set up for Dia de los Muertos.
Maybe I did. I don't know. I'm gonna ask my friends if they saw it because I don't remember.
We had our
I've
bounce
slept a
house
lot
set
since
up.
then.
Like, if you saw a bounce house at all at the Texas Renaissance Festival campgrounds, that was mine.
Okay.
I need to get it back.
Okay. Wait,
But
what?
it's mine. I need to get it
Back.
back. I need to get it back because it's a long story, and I'll share with you after the stream's over.
Oh, okay, sure, yeah.
But as far as anime Matsuri goes, Matsuri has had a lot of bad rep. How much of it is true? How much of it is just slander? It's really hard to say because there's a lot of evidence pointing towards some of the allegations made towards the convention and some of its staff members. Reports of sexual harassment. I can't think.
It's a shit show. It's a shit show.
Right. No, I understand that. I've heard a lot of the stuff,
Yeah,
and it just does not sound like fun. That's why I'm like, I kind of don't want to go because it just doesn't sound like a lot of fun. That's the last thing I need is.
And look, I don't
deal
like
with-
to, I don't like to, but it's not just Anime Matsuri. Anime Matsuri is not the only one guilty. A lot of the conventions
Right.
in this state are guilty of something. There is a man
Yeah,
who
yeah.
used to be a vice con chair for a con that me and Saki Kitty know very well.
Hmm.
This guy is now a registered sex offender.
I ain't surprised.
And he was at one of the conventions that I went to a convention to help my friend set up his booth. And I was back there, and then I ended up helping another friend set up his booth because he worked for Ooples.
Oh god, Ooples is its own fucking shit show.
I'm trying to fix because Mr. Oliver screwed up my background.
Yeah, like the whole thing moved. I was like, wait, what?
I know, like, why am I?
I'm so sorry. I had to put it somewhere else because like you couldn't see me.
That's fine.
Okay.
I'll fix it right now. Don't worry about it.
Anyway,
Yes. Anyway.
but it's funny because this, not that Anime Matsuri or even conventions in Texas are guilty of these things. This is something that we've been hearing about a lot. You know, the whole cosplay doesn't equal consent thing. And please correct me if I'm wrong, but it sounds like it's a lot. It's the majority of it is a lot of young women complaining about males. Not to say that guys can't have this stuff, but I feel like it's more girls complaining about guys than guys complaining about girls. I have yet to hear a story of some guy cosplayer being... What? Name me... I'm trying to name a topless figure.
I mean, I have some stories of like.
You know... Right, I'm not saying they don't happen, but it's like, it's not as much compared to the girls. And I'm like, why? Why can't we have... This is why we can't have nice things. Why can't we have nice things? Why is this a thing? You know?
It's
That's just that's misogyny. It was like how men feel that they're entitled to women's bodies. Wait, yeah.
How dare you use words that I don't understand?
it's
There's a dictionary, misogyny.
This podcast brought to you by misogyny.
Okay, I will say one
Yes.
thing.
Say it.
Okay, so one person that I know it's like the Jackal and Hyde when it comes to like you see him in person, he's super sweet. On the internet, he's just a creeper, you know. And
You mean Jekyll and Hyde?
yeah, Jack and Hyde, Jekyll and Hyde. The guy turns into monsters.
I gotcha. I'm being.
You know, no. And
I'm being
so-
facetious. Sorry, go girl.
And like, he will say some verbal things, like terrible things on my personal, Facebook page.
Yeah.
And I just went ahead and I'm like, no, I just defriended him. I don't want to deal with him. Like you're cool in person, but you're just like a creep on the internet.
Is
And
it
then,
who I think it is?
he talked to a couple of my guy friends, and they asked him like, why are you even saying that shit to
Yeah.
And he's just like, well, she's like dressed a certain way, so she kind of that's it,
That's a big
Yeah.
no-no.
Yeah.
Like the way that I see it is that like how guys act when they're online is that they have no consequences for the shit that they say. That they're not held accountable. They can, there's anonymity. rather than when they're in person.
But
when
it's
you're in person, you have to
right.
account for the things that you say.
Right, but you still see the stories and the convention articles and all that stuff about, oh, this guy groped this cosplayer and this guy groped this cosplayer and so forth and so on. And again, not that guys don't get assaulted themselves.
Yeah, like
But-
example, Momo-kun. That's a whole shit show.
Right.
No, yeah, I've been assaulted a couple times. It's actually, and I've been very vocal, but I want to get to a point. Well, how the hell did we
Yeah.
get on the subject?
I
Don't know.
Don't know.
Don't know either.
These train tracks, they just go wherever the fuck they want.
I blame Super Jew.
Everybody
Why
blames
are
me.
you saying that?
That's what she wanted.
I don't.
That's exactly what she wanted.
We asked her what
don't
stage.
say
No. You know me. I will ask everybody. What do you want your stage name to be?
I understand. I'm just like, what? Every time I hear it, I don't even want to say that.
It's fine. I can
Look,
take it. I can take
and
it.
we're gonna go back to. I'm just gonna say one thing, and then we're gonna go back to the Anime Matsuri
Yeah, yeah,
show.
yeah.
Okay, so you know how there's a thing called white privilege. You know how white privilege is a thing.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
There's
totally.
also a thing called people of color privilege. It's that where we can say certain things.
I don't know about that because I didn't stop just because the color of my skin.
No, I'm not talking. We don't. I'm not. It's not the same. It's not the same thing though. We don't have the same privileges, but we do have certain privileges.
Yeah,
Like
we
we
don't.
can say certain things and get away with it.
Oh yeah.
Like you can say something
Okay.
about white people and get it. Oh, it's fine. It's fine. He's got brown skin. It's fine. But if a white person says anything bad about us, it's racist.
Yeah, there's a difference between racism and prejudice.
Right.
You
Like-
can be, white people are racist. Everybody else is prejudiced.
That's right. You know what? And I will put this out there. I'm sorry, everybody, but fuck Cthulhu.
What's wrong with Cthulhu? He is
You-
one of
I don't want the white man's monster.
Fucking racist as fuck. Racist as fuck.
I don't want the white man's monster invading me. Okay, not my hashtag. Not my kaiju.
like there's people.
I mean, when you're right, you're right.
The show that's gonna happen. HBO's gonna release.
So with Anime Matsuri is that there's a lot of allegations towards John, and these aren't like, we're not slandering him. These are actual facts. There are reports of John
Admits it.
being cited for sexual harassment, and John even if he tried to deny it, but admitting the fact that he took a sexual harassment course online is admitting to your guilt.
And that thing costs like what, $50? It's just like, it's like 2 hours. Somebody actually did research. I think it was like two.
And I want to go on a rant about that.
Slap on the wrist.
And you know
Just a
what?
Slap on the wrist.
Wait, what?
I fucking hate that. I fucking hate that so much because that's the thing. So the whole community is like, oh well, he did this, he did that, but because it's an anime convention in a city that we hardly have any anime conventions in, and everybody wants to be a damn weave. Everybody's like, well, we're going to look the other way. We're going to slide this under the rug. It's fine. It's fine. Why are you bringing up old shit? It's fine. He took a sexual harassment course. I'm sorry. I'm supposed to believe that this man who is texting this shit and emailing this shit took a 2-hour course online and suddenly found Jesus, and I'm supposed to forgive him?
Yeah, it's the only convention in the Houston area. Like,
It's if he's still. Yeah, but what matters is he's still doing it.
I don't know. I don't keep up with him.
Doing it very quietly. You know,
Yeah.
that's my thing.
Right.
With predators, they're going to keep on trying.
Oh my
You know?
god!
Right.
Christian
Like,
just
you want
posted a
to figure
comment. Christian just posted a comment. Some people on the internet want to fuck Cthulhu.
Where do you see that? I don't even see that.
It's in the
I have
comments.
That's like tentacle porn.
Yeah, that's
Oh.
physical porn.
I don't
I
have
mean, I
those
like some
comments.
tentacle porn.
I don't have those comments anymore. Wait, what? Oh,
I-
that.
Watching the comments, so I have no.
It's in the comments.
I was watching the comments, and then I think they turned themselves off.
No,
I have not
still
been
see-
able to watch the comments. I can't watch the comments and talk to y'all at the same time.
Yeah, no,
How did we get to tentacle porn now?
no,
Yeah,
because No, we're still in the Matsuri subject. We're
Okay.
still in the Matsuri.
Oh, okay, never mind. Sorry.
Because tentacle porn goes hand in hand with weebs.
Oh, okay, got it now.
It does. It does.
Gotcha.
But
All right,
like,
I'm caught
no,
up.
people want to pretend like, oh no, we're gonna go to the con, we're gonna ghost it, we're not gonna buy a badge. I'm sorry, but even going to the con, even stepping foot on the property
Exactly.
outside,
Right, it's showing your support.
And you know what?
Yeah.
Cosplayers are some of the most, like, not cosplayers. I'm sorry, weebs. Like some people that are that were nerds growing up, geeks or whatever. Growing up, we wanted people to accept us. We wanted people to acknowledge us and accept us, and we wanted to be different because we were different. A lot of people don't like sports. A lot of people don't like going to the mall. They like comic books, and they don't like MTV, but they'll rather read comics and watch some anime or cartoons or whatever. It doesn't matter. But we wanted people to accept us. But when I was driving for Uber, I picked up this girl from Anime Matsuri. I got a pickup for Uber, and I'm like, oh fuck, it's in front of the Jojo Brown. So I went and picked up this girl, and she obviously came from Matsuri. I'm like, oh hi, were you? And I tried to make small talk with her, but she didn't want to talk to me because she was so socially awkward. I guess because I wasn't in cosplay.
Sure, yeah.
I guess if I dressed up as a fucking banana, she would have talked to me.
I was gonna say, what was that?
But I didn't really know the girl. So I have in the GPS is telling me how to get, because downtown's such a clusterfuck. Houston downtown, all the roads are one way, so it's such a hassle to get back to like a highway or something.
Yeah, it is.
So I'm just trying to get her home, and then we have to it's Saturday night. Obviously, the bars and clubs are going to be packed, and you know what? There's nothing wrong with that. It's cool. It's fine. People like it. It's a lot of money if you're an Uber driver. So I'm like, yeah, look at all that money to be made. We're driving through there. I have to drive real slow. People are all over the streets. It's a hassle. And then she says, why do people do that? I'm like, do what? And I look at her, do what? Like, why do they just go out and do that? Like, what are you talking about? Go out and drink and party like that? Because they want to. Yeah, but like they're, and I try to explain to people work all week and they're frustrated and they just want to let loose, let out some steam, relax a little.
And everyone lets loose in different ways.
And
some people go out, some people stay in.
And she's like, well, I do that by staying at home and like doing exercises.
Sure.
Okay.
And the point is, she's one of those people she's one of the few nerds, the geeks in the community that look down on people that drink. And that is a big subject for another day. But weaves are also guilty of that bullshit.
I mean, really quick, because I know I go off on tangents. Like, if you're not hurting anybody, shut up. If you're not hurting anybody, c'est la vie. I don't give a shit.
Wait,
as long as you're not hurting somebody.
What did I just say about using words I didn't understand?
So wait, you can speak in Spanish all you want, but I can't say 3 fucking words in French.
It's my show. Besides, we all know the Mexicans don't like the French.
That's true.
You're right. Okay.
There's an entire holiday dedicated to.
There is.
It's called Cinco de Mayo.
It just passed.
It just passed.
On Taco Tuesday. It was great.
During a pandemic named after a Mexican beer.
Rip.
It was meant to be.
It's like whenever people they put instead of like they have the Chris Brown meme where it's like he's like that towards Cinco de Mayo, but he's like that for Revenge of the 5th, and that pissed me off. I'm like, listen, we don't celebrate Cinco de Mayo, but we're not giving it up either, bitch. I will have my tacos. Besides, I like Star Wars, but I'm not super into Star Wars.
Hold on. Speaking of, so I was driving places, and I saw on 45, one of the signs, and it said, what did it say? Because it's already been 2 days and I've slept. Luke, I am your father. Slow down. I died.
Why did that sound really dirty?
What?
Why did that sound really dirty? Like, Luke,
because you're you. Because you're you. Because you are you. And then it said something else like, oh yeah, may the 4th be with you. Drive safely.
Okay, see, that makes more sense.
I enjoy it.
Not the other
That
one.
sound like
Luke, I'm your father.
That sound like a Pornhub video title.
Yeah, no. Luke, I am your father. Slow down.
Maybe it was also drive safely. I don't remember, but it was something. But it was along the lines of driving and stuff. And I just laughed, and I was like, "That was good."
Yeah, I know.
That was
Cinco
really
de Mayo has nothing to do with the French, but still, Mexicans don't like the French.
But no, yeah, like everyone can just do whatever the fuck they want as long as they're not hurting anybody.
No, that's not true. You can't do whatever you want. If I see you, like trying to like take, anime Matsuri is filled with creeps. Let's just put it out there.
Yeah.
Well, no, I got that. And that's what I'm saying. That's the exception. You're hurting somebody when you're being a creep and doing shit like that. But if you're just going to a show to just dress up and have fun, if you go to the club and drink and whatever, as long as you're not hurting somebody or something, I don't care.
Except Canada, they're not people.
The Canadians.
The Canadians, the snow Mexicans.
What's wrong with them?
Nothing is just a joke. Jesus Christ.
I don't understand the joke.
It's because a certain political figure, they made a meme out of him, and they said, "Oh, we're gonna put a wall around Canada. We don't need snow Mexicans either."
Oh, okay.
Snow Mexicans.
No snow Mexicans.
Soggy Kitty just stopped.
Jesus Christ. The whole chat, even the chat just stopped because everyone got it except you. You're But no, like there are a lot of creeps at Anime Matsuri. There are the mouth breather photographers. They're like,
right.
Hey, can I do a photo shoot with you?
I can. That's just weird. Stop.
Why you gotta do it like that?
Who yelled what?
It's just like literally anyone can mimic it by just breathing into the mic.
I know. I had to like take him off. I was like, I can't do that.
You see?
Why would I do a photo shoot with you? You look really great.
I am your father.
Oh God, I can't.
It's probably because I have the smoker's talk already.
No. Said my hair looks like crap.
Can you imagine? Like they have to have the deep, creepy mouth breathing voice. They can't have the squeaky voice like "Hi-ho, want to do a photo shoot?"
Because that's disarming.
What?
That's disarming.
Yeah.
Disarming, yeah. Like,
That's what's it called?
but
Okay.
Anime Matsuri is guilty of a lot of things.
Mm-hmm.
Guilty of being disorganized.
Ow.
Guilty of times at being mismanaged. Guilty of also being. They come off as. Is it me or do they come off condescending?
Well, after the way they treated like people in the arts alley, yeah.
Yeah.
This sounds like another story I need to be aware of.
No, there's lots. There's lots.
Oh, there's a lot.
There's lots of stories.
Gather around, kiddies. It's story time.
Why did you say it like that? That just.
I don't know.
We had 30 people watching and then it dropped to like 2 as soon as you said that. I'm kidding. But with Anime Matsuri, so
Yeah.
is Anime Matsuri guilty of not giving a shit and just trying to make a quick buck with especially taking advantage of the fact that people are frustrated and they want to go out, they want to be able to go out and explore and hang out with their friends and have fun and do all the things they could do before the pandemic started? Are they actually trying to do a service to the community by hosting an event and giving people an escape from their current reality because of the situation that we are currently in? I believe it is the first option where they are trying to take advantage of the situation.
Yep.
However, it could also be the fact that, as SJ said, it could be the fact that they're they're under contract and they're obligated to host the event and they cannot cancel until the very last minute. That way they can receive their insurance money for the event.
Yeah, that's the way I see it. I mean, they're trying to save their own asses. I mean, if it had been for like what happened last year with them trying to compete with Akon and all the other, they're trying to just squash Delta H. That's what I really think that they're trying to do.
They're trying to squash that beef.
Yep. they want to be the only convention in town, and it's not going to happen. I just don't see that happening. There's always going to be somebody wanting to take a piece of that pie, and take our attention, take our money, which is totally understandable. I mean, that's just how these conventions are run. But Delta H, I feel that Delta H kind of actually gives a shit about the community as a whole.
Right, because Delta is people feel that smaller conventions are more community based, where the bigger conventions are more commercialized, which there is some truth to. Because when you're a bigger convention, it's hard to micromanage a machine so big.
Mm-hmm.
It's really difficult to manage so much in such a very little time, where a smaller convention, there's a lot less happening in a much smaller compound.
Yep.
So it's
like apples and kiwis.
Is Anime Matsuri the second biggest anime convention in the United States? I absolutely do not believe that.
Nope, it isn't.
Is Anime Matsuri one of the biggest conventions? Possibly in the state of Texas. Is it? But there are so many other conventions bigger than Anime Matsuri. You have Anime Expo. You have Dragon Con. You have Comic Palooza. You have A-Con, which is another anime convention. You have Anime Central in Chicago, which I believe is bigger.
San Japan.
San Japan is a lot.
Savage Japan? You almost said Savage Japan.
Savage Japan!
Yeah. I would see San Japan and Anime Matsuri in terms of attendance maybe more comparable. But even then, is like San Japan has a lot more people attending for that Labor Day weekend.
Shit, even the PAX. Speaking of San Japan, even the PAX South, even PAX, the conventions, PAX Southeast, they're bigger.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, absolutely.
Dragon Con's bigger.
Yeah.
San Diego Comic Con's bigger. New York Comic Con's bigger.
Yeah.
Anime Frontier. I'm so sad about that. I really wanted to go to that. It would have been really, really nice to go back to the Fort Worth Convention Center.
There's lots of great small cons. There used to be there was a ton of anime conventions in Texas at one point. There was one per month.
Yeah.
We still have a convention per month, but they're not anime anymore. We had YoCon, we had Animix, we had Kamikaze Con, we had Anime Overload. I'm trying to think of other cons that we had.
Was it Anime North?
Anime North Texas is still a thing in Dallas.
Oh.
Mm-hmm. Well, that's still run by the people that do
Ikicon.
the fuck did? Yeah.
They also used to run. They had a convention called Anime Overload, but they changed it to Anime CTX. And YoCon
Anime
was
CTX and Ikicon. Yeah.
Right. It's Anime CTX.
Ikicon and Anime CTX. And then Anime North and Akon were the ones that were partners.
No, right.
By the same people.
No, we already acknowledged that Christian Anime Overload is still around as CTX, but like it's kind of the same thing, but it's kind of not the same thing. It's kind of like how Kamikaze Con was around as Shio Kaze Con, but then Kamikaze Con came back and it called itself Kamikaze Con.
Still doing the podcast. Goku saying hi.
Yeah, hi.
Hey, Jesse.
Hey, damn! Just throw my real name out there.
Just throw his real name
The
out
secret
there.
has been revealed.
It's okay. I already throw my real name out there.
I was gonna say.
Yeah.
I can't do shit. So.
Yeah.
Anyways, we're gonna go ahead and end this there. It's been almost 2 hours, and no, it's been 2 hours. It's been 2 hours, and almost 5 minutes. So we're gonna do another video on next week again, I believe on Thursday again. This will be a weekly thing, so it gives me enough time to come out with material to talk about. It also gives Anime Matsuri and Delta HCon enough time to post updates on the convention, so we can have more shit to talk about. As far as right now goes, don't really blame Delta HCon for going ahead because they're probably under contract. Anime Matsuri, though,
I don't want to necessarily.
Go ahead. No, go ahead.
They can go fuck themselves.
Yeah, they can go fuck themselves.
They can go.
Anime Matsuri hasn't said anything of like what the fuck they're gonna plan to do.
They're gonna pepper spray. Well, hi, welcome to Anime Matsuri.
Well, I wonder what like the hotels or the convention centers themselves have to say about everything.
The way they're gonna like, hello, I want to check into your room. They're like, you give them your credit card and they like fling the room key at you like a frisbee.
Talking about the hotels for Matsuri.
That's an option.
Honestly, my honest opinion.
That's mine. I coined that. Just FYI, Alexa coined that.
Wait, what's going on?
Wait, the Alexa coined Anime Matsuri.
Yep, I made that up.
Anyone who says that has to pay her a nickel.
Yeah, a nickel. One nickel.
Yep.
Whatever.
Royalties.
I'm Mexican. I'll bootleg the shit out of it.
Goku's gonna bootleg the shit out of that.
What?
Before we end this podcast, I'm gonna go ahead and share a story.
Make it,
yes.
Make a trend.
I'm gonna share a story.
I'm disappointed nobody has.
The
actually.
Renaissance Festival.
I think it's quite clever.
Wait, what?
Yes.
Wait, what did you say?
I said I'm disappointed nobody has spread it because it's quite clever. I think so, anyways. What? Rude.
Yeah, rude. That's what she said. Rude.
Yeah, I am.
Oh Lord.
Anyways, so when I
Continue.
applied for a job at one of the shops at the Texas Renaissance Festival, you had to audition for the job, and it was a shop where you had to talk and dress like a pirate. And they're like, okay, so give us your best pirate impersonation. I'm like, I'm Mexican. I am a pirate. I pirate everything. Video games, movies, identities, purses. Tócale, tócale, cocodrilo, cocodrilo, tócale, tócale, cocodrilo.
Nephew. Are they waiting for you?
And the guy started laughing. And I'm like, okay, well, how would you be able to help us get more business? Like, no, I told him, like, dude, I'll even be able to help you get more business here. He's like, how? The way I would get more business for the store is I will go outside right now and yell, "Goal!" I will yell, "Goal!" And here comes 50 Mexicans. Oh, who's playing? Who's playing? And then here come the wives. Here come the wives. They'll be like, oh, mírale, look, it's pretty, mira, ooh, buy it.
Buy it from me.
And the guy's going to be like, how much? 50. And he's going to be like, son of a bitch. Because he knows if he doesn't buy it, he can't stay home and watch the game. He has to go visit the in-laws.
He's
like,
toss
shit,
down the
fuck you.
the 220s and the 10. The 220s and the 10.
No, that's why he said son of a bitch, because he has to pay.
Because, yeah.
They were laughing so hard, I actually got the job. They said to tone down the cussing, though, because there were going to be kids there.
You know,
But,
like any convention right now is going to be awful. Like the Concred on top of COVID, no thank you.
It's just going to be the White Claw virus.
The White Claw virus.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's fucking. I mean,
why White Claw?
White Claw, because YouTube demonetizes, they penalize and demonetize videos for mentioning the name of the virus. Look, I didn't write the damn policy, okay?
Well, no, I understand that, but why White Claw?
Because
why did you pick White Claw?
Why would I disgrace another beer? Look, it's already racist.
Corona's already got fucking bad flat, yeah.
Why did y'all name it coronavirus? Because a lot of dumbasses like, well, you know, I'm not going to catch coronavirus. I'm not drinking that Mexican beer. What? No, that's not how it works.
Corona's not all that great.
That's right. I drink those Ekis.
That's right. That's why I crushed like 4 of them.
Concrud will turn COVID into a super virus. Like the first Congoer to get sick will be patient zero, the zombie apocalypse.
Yes, queen.
Yeah, this pandemic sucks. I want
Yeah,
zombies.
worst zombie
Pandemic really
apocalypse
sucks.
ever. What the
Hashtag
hell?
not my virus.
Hashtag not his virus.
Not my
Heck,
virus.
Greg.
Apocalypse.
So I want to say thank you for joining me on the podcast to SJ, to Mr. Oliver, and to Saki Kitty. Y'all want to say anything to the audience before we go ahead and cut it off?
Okay. I mean, I would like to say
You ladies can go French.
Why won't you say my whole name, damn it?
Because Saki Kitty makes a face every time I do.
say it. I'll make the same face again.
Super
I'm gonna go to
Jew.
cooking.
Why?
See?
What face? That's her.
I
That's
put it
just
at
her
375.
face.
That's just my face. It's
It's a cute face.
just her face.
That's
Hey,
how she
hey.
always looks.
Hey,
She
hey,
always
hey!
has that cute face.
Don't be hitting on each other on my channel, okay? Only I can do that.
I mean, we had two like co-hosts that were fucking cute as fuck. So I mean, I'm just gonna leave it at that.
All right, thank you.
Okay, Goku, you and I gotta talk about like what my new name's gonna be since I offend you so much.
You don't offend me. I don't give a shit. I just talked about being a Mexican.
Not my name,
Mexican
apparently.
Jews. There's Mexican Jews.
Where?
Mexican.
How do you think we got tortillas, man? How do you think we got tortillas?
Actually, I don't think anybody knows. Does anyone actually know where tortillas? I was watching this documentary about tortillas, and they go back way, way longer than we thought.
They go way back. Yeah. So
Yeah.
what it is that
Tacos.
during the Spanish Inquisition,
And
there
empanadas.
was Jews being persecuted, and the only place they could go was to the New World, which was Mexico. So we made tortillas. We call them tortillas instead of calling them.
Well, no,
flatbread.
okay. So when they came to the New World, that's when the flour tortillas were invented. The corn tortillas predate that, I believe. I don't know. I gotta watch the documentary again. It was
There you
it was this guy eating taco truck tacos for the first time. He was like, oh my god, there's like some Asian cuisine in there. It's because Mexican food is a fusion of a lot of different cultures.
Hmm.
And so corn tortillas have always been like a norm, but flour tortillas are more of a like, you know, it's kind of like, how do I describe it? It's kind of like middle class, and then you got your upper middle class. I guess.
Gabby has the answer.
What? Tortillas are not
Gabby
even
has-
originally from Mexico. They were originally a Turkish tradition. Yeah, that's true.
Yep.
But
it's a
they,
lot of-
like
like
the
I
corn thing here, I don't know. The damn Aztecs and Mayans were too busy sacrificing virgins. But a lot of
The more you
a lot of the modern day Mexican food modern day Mexican food actually originates from Puebla, Mexico, which is a place that I want to go to. They were super popular in the Middle East before they were hit Mexico.
Alright.
When the Mexico.
Yep.
Yeah, they came out with flour tortillas. Shit, I was about to say something else about Mexico. Damn it. Oh, okay. Do you know the hard shell tacos that people say that are not Mexican at all?
Yeah.
They
about 'em?
originally are Mexican. They were created by Mexican people in a restaurant in California. They would fry the tacos, and then there was a man who, you know how the guy that like stole McDonald's from the McDonald brothers?
Yeah.
It's exactly almost like that with the hard shell tacos. There was a man who discovered hard shell tacos at a restaurant, and the restaurant, it's still open, it still exists. And they were talking about it in the documentary. And this man like would eat there a lot. I know. I apologize everyone about the noise. I apologize everybody about the noise, but so this man, it was a white guy. I forgot his name. He would eat there a lot, and then he would come up with ways to mass produce this and use it to get rich. And they talked about that in the show that I was watching. So there's a
Cool.
Nice.
So there's a lot of stuff when it comes to Mexico. Mexico is a fusion of, a lot of Mexican food is fusions of different cultures. But the reason why it's so Mexico embraced, like, we embraced other people's cultures and we added it to ours, to where, like, and then, like, there are certain dishes in Mexico that are like U.S. I don't like to say American, like U.S. dishes that they make in Mexico that I believe are better. You ever had a Mexican hot dog? It's a hot dog wrapped in bacon. Fried.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Ew.
Anyways.
I can't do bacon.
Oh, that's right.
I like.
I know you can't do
God.
bacon.
I forgot. Oh, I don't like bacon either, so.
That's what the J stands for.
Jesse?
No bacon.
No bacon? That's right. It's like, it's like those memes where like, hey, here's a letter. Now post something that the first thing that comes to your mind that starts with that letter. And they would be some random letter, and I would put J and then something else, J Bacon. And then I would follow that comment with, I don't follow the rules. If I had followed the rules, I wouldn't be in this country right now.
You're making me crazy.
Ja, man, thank you for calling PlayStation support, man. Have you tried turning it off again, man? I would mess with my friends. We do prank calls on each other they would call and we would mess with each other on purpose. Like my friend called, hello, yeah, thank you for calling PlayStation support. How may I help you? How may I be of assistance? Yeah, my PlayStation card's not working. Have you tried turning it off and on again, man? Have you tried putting it under the sea? Down where it's better. Down where it's better. Take it from me.
Oh my god, that's good.
Oh yeah. Yeah, no, I agree with Gabby. There's a misconception that the tortilla is a Muslim thing. Actually, but the flour tortilla, it is a Muslim thing because it was a substitute for like the bread. Just like tripa, or is it tropa or tripa? Can somebody correct me in the comments?
Tripa.
Tripa, the meat that's on that little the little thing that spins it around in a circle.
Oh, that's al pastor.
Pastor, yeah, pastor. Yeah, pastor. So the way it works is instead of goat, they use pork. So they would substitute a lot. So for the bread, they use tortilla, and they made the tortilla with flour. The corn tortillas are actually very, very old. The corn tortillas date back way before, and I don't think actually anybody knows. El pastor, yes. So the tortillas here that they were making were out of corn, and there was something that I think they said a lot of settlers were surprised. Because and even now in Mexico, a lot of people eat their food without silverware and they just use tortillas.
Okay.
Yeah.
Flour tortillas.
I do that too.
I do that sometimes too. Flour tortillas they're more fancy. It's kind of like whenever you have guests over, you bring out the flour tortillas instead of the corn tortillas. It's like, don't bring out the regular dishes, bring out the china or the fancy silverware or whatever the fuck. Flour tortillas aren't as normal, but they are pretty normal in Mexico. Flour tortillas weren't originally part of our culture. It's a fusion of the bread they used to use for, I forgot what dish. To substitute it, they made the tortillas with flour, and that's how the flour tortillas were made. It's a really good video. I gotta look it up. It's on Netflix. Cool. It's on Netflix. They talk about different foods, and it's an entire episode where they go to different taco trucks, and then they actually film like where they go to villages where they hand make the food. Like they still... it's really awesome. It's a really cool show, and I learned a lot about my own culture. So,
that sounds so good.
Sounds like we need to do a podcast about food.
Just tortillas alone. Yes.
Well, not just tortillas, just like food.
You know what?
Just food.
Just to mess with you, we're gonna dedicate an entire episode to bacon.
Whenever the next convention happens, I'm gonna be barbecuing in the parking lot. I will be making some fucking bomb ass food.
That's right. I'm gonna show up with a case of Corona, a Bluetooth speaker, and all the Tejano music we can listen to.
There you go.
Today's podcast is brought to you by Squirt. Because it makes
The
me
the glare on it made it look like squint.
well, whatever. It makes me moist.
Trying to like
Ugh.
past 30 minutes.
Canadian bacon is a lie. Canadian bacon is just ham.
Yep, it's just ham.
Still can't have it.
It's not. Oh, right, pork. You can have turkey bacon though. That's like cheating.
I mean, technically, yeah, but I've like so conditioned my brain against bacon that even turkey bacon, like my sister likes turkey bacon. Obviously, she's the same thing as she's also Jewish. She's even let me rephrase. Like she actually keeps like strict kosher. Like the only thing I do is I just don't eat pork. Like I'll eat shellfish and stuff.
Can
And
Can you have lamb?
yeah, I can eat lamb, I can eat beef, I can eat chicken. I'm not vegan.
Damn.
No offense to the vegans.
No bullshit. You said that like such an insult. I'm not vegan.
Sorry.
I'm not vegan.
Sorry. But I can eat meat. I just can't eat pork, and I can technically I can't eat like gator and turtle and stuff like that. I can't eat
Gator
Cajun
and
food
turtle.
because they're not kosher.
Who the fuck
Turtle.
eats gator and turtle?
Huh?
Who the fuck's out there eating gator and turtle?
Cajuns. Cajuns.
Cajuns and the Creoles.
I'm technically
Cajun
not
and
supposed to
Creole.
eat like shrimp, lobster, crawfish. Can't eat like catfish. I can eat salmon and I can eat
They're
fish
bottom
with
feeders.
right.
Yeah, 'cause they're-
I can eat fish with scales. I can't eat shellfish or mollusks or bottom feeders or anything like that. And I can't. And the thing with the meats is a few southern folks. What? Comment came back. A few southern
What were
folks.
you
Who just,
eating?
but yeah, I can eat beef and lamb and goat and stuff like
So-
that because the animal is it has to have a broken hoof. So like beef, goat, or cows, lambs, goats, deer. And the thing is, they have to chew their own cud. So like pigs have the broken hoof, just like cows and all the others, but they don't, throw the food back up and eat it again. Because cows and lambs and all that stuff have 4 stomachs.
Mm.
So that's what that means.
Okay.
So
I know.
Just to clarify,
Go for
you
it.
do eat meat.
I do eat meat.
You heard it here, fellas.
What did you do?
You heard it here.
You heard it here first.
The Jews eat meat.
Mm.
Damn it.
I'm sorry.
No, you're not.
I am a little. I'm not a heartless asshole. I'm look, as a Mexican, I had to eat whatever. Look, I didn't have a choice. I didn't have a cultural choice. We had to eat whatever was available. Like if you didn't eat, you starved.
Yep.
Oh, and somebody asked if I can eat poultry. Yes, I can eat poultry.
Can you eat birds? No, I just want to see you outside of my house with a net trying to catch a pigeon. Come here, lunch.
Nah.
Oh no, my friend just showed up, but you showed up late. We kind of stopped talking about Matsuri. Matsuri
Yeah.
sucks.
Well, fuck Matsuri, though.
Matsuri's trash. Matsuri
Yeah.
doesn't eat bacon. They don't eat meat. Matsuri prefers In-N-Out burger over Whataburger. Down with Matsuri.
Down with Matsuri. Man, they should have died last year. I'm not gonna lie, they should have died last year.
Yeah, like the shit.
What?
Matsuri should have died.
Oh, I thought we were talking about something
By the
else
way, let me
entirely.
put this out there. Let me go ahead and put this out there. In-N-Out sucks.
I like
It
it.
does.
I mean, I've had
I
In-N-Out
tried
a
it.
lot. It's not bad, but I don't, no. It tastes like Jack in the Box.
Yeah. It's the same old thing.
We'll have to compare now. I try really hard not to eat fast food if I can help it.
If you really want In-N-Out burger, just go and buy Whataburger and throw it on the floor.
Yeah,
You
that sounds.
get some dirt on it. You get some
Get
calcium
some
or
dirt.
whatever
Get some
the fuck's on the
seasoning
plate.
on it.
There you go.
Build up that immune system.
Right.
And that's the thing I've noticed. Like Christian says, In-N-Out is Californian. Of course, it sucks. Well, yeah. Like,
Yeah.
and I've noticed this. Like Mexicans from California and Mexicans from Texas don't like each other.
Oh yeah, no, I have family in California, and yeah, it's like a cultural clash. It's just you got Baja California over there, and you got fucking Raza.
Yeah,
Rio Grande
you know why they
Valley,
call it Baja,
Mexican.
right? Because their entire life is a joke. Baja. That was bad.
I like that.
I like that
shouldn't,
too.
but I shouldn't, but I did.
Yeah. Don't you laugh at our jokes? That's racist.
No prejudice. It's just different.
Prejudice. I'm messing
I'm
with you.
sorry.
I'm messing with you, Jesus.
Yeah, we fooling on you.
I say Jesus
my
because I have I say Jesus because I have a cousin named Jesus. Jesus.
I have a lot of cousins named Jesus.
Jesus Christ. You know, Jesse's actually like the English version of saying Jesus. Chewy.
Yep. Chewy.
Chewy. Oh yeah. So okay, did I miss the scoop on Delta H? Yeah. So
Recap.
we're gonna recap it just for you. So we were talking about like, is Delta H-Con in the wrong for? We're just gonna recap it real quick. So we agreed that Delta H-Con so much is not in the wrong as like Matsuri, or Matsuri has been preaching and advertising and talking about like, oh, we're gonna be open, we're gonna be safe, but we're gonna sell our face masks and we're gonna pepper. They didn't say this, but they're gonna pepper spray you as soon as you walk through the door. Like, okay, you're clean, you got pepper spray. We're gonna tase you.
What?
Too. No, they didn't say that. I'm just making it
I was
up.
gonna say.
I didn't say that.
They're gonna tase you. Zzz, smoke comes off of you. Okay, you're sanitized. You're sanitized. Ugh, I can't talk English.
Yo,
Estás limpio, güey.
my-
Estás limpio. Yes.
I work in a clean room for my second job, and they fucking
They tase you too?
make. No, you fucking get blasted by air. You have to go in there
Oh,
with like,
yeah.
masks, and you got to go like the clean room. So you get blasted by like all that stupid shit. Sucks.
Yeah.
So like we're gonna do another episode next week on Thursday as well. Same time at 7:00. So we're gonna do this weekly until like it gets old.
just talking shit. Just talking about shit.
Damn, Saki Kitty, you've been quiet so long. I forgot you were here.
Yeah. Like right now, I'm like getting
Dead
bored.
horse.
I just put up like,
Dead
hey,
horse.
mask like ready to go now, and they're just like,
There you go.
"Get all these," and I'm like, "Fuck, guys."
I saw. They look super cute.
Thank you.
I know,
Like,
I love
I
that
thought
dress in the background. It looks really nice.
I like.
Oh man,
Yeah, I like
so
her dress too.
Matsuri kicked out your friend because she had a panic attack.
What?
They kicked out my friend for having a panic attack. That sucks.
Why?
Because Anime Matsuri sucks. Anime Matsuri is like so shitty. It is one of the
It's like a
shittiest
list.
cons.
Well,
It's like a list. Of
yeah, but
how
no, I got that. But did they think like it was something else? Because like one of my friends told me about that when he was back in school. He was hanging out with some old teachers of his back from high school, and some people were behind them, and he overheard them saying like, "You didn't even drink nothing. What's wrong with you?" And he turns around, and it's this girl like just like slumped over and crap. And I guess they were in a place like with a bar, so they were talking to the bartender like, "Hey, can you get her like some water or something?" He was like, "Nah, she's too drunk. Get her out of here." And he was studying to be like an EMT, so he was like, my friend recognized the signs. She was diabetic.
Yeah.
And so he asked her friends, like, "Hey, did she have anything to eat or drink?" And they were like, "No." And so he was like, "Get her some orange juice. She's going into like, I forget what it's called, like shock or something." And he was like, "Nah, she's too drunk. How do you know?" And blah, blah, blah. And so his instructors were actually like, "I want to buy some like orange juice or soda or something." And so the bartender sold it to his instructors, who gave it to my friend, who gave it to the girl. And they called 911 because she was just all because she was diabetic and she was having an attack or whatever it's called. And it's like,
It's a ketone. It's a ketone.
Yeah. I forgot words.
Yeah. It's
Causing.
okay.
Because she's causing a fuss. That's some bullshit right there.
It is. Some
Oh
bullshit.
yeah, because they said she was causing a fuss. Whatever. Anime Matsuri is so full of shit. You know how many times I used to walk around the main floor, drunk off my ass, like, ¿sabes qué? Like, yo, I'm like walking around the con and no sé qué está pasando, todos estos. And like,
See,
sir,
maybe that
sir,
was.
sir, are you okay? No, está bien, déjame en paz. Housekeeping. I guess they would leave me alone if I was doing that shit.
Oh my god.
Nobody mess with him. We don't need a Anime Matsuri is racist scandal.
But you
And
can
then
have.
got Nazis there.
But you can
and
have
you
an
got
anime.
Nazis showing up.
Yeah, but you can have an anime Matsuri a sexist scandal because a female having emotions. Oh my god.
Oh sweet
Kick
Lord,
out.
have mercy. You have emotions. You're emotionally unstable.
Poor
You are having a
baby.
breakdown. Oh my, you need to get out of here before we have a
Right.
lawsuit. No, fuck that shit.
Man, tell your friend on behalf of human beings, I'm sorry for her.
Human
Like, I'm
beings.
sorry that happened. On behalf of decent human beings, I'm sorry that happened to her. That's just bullshit.
So we
No,
are
like-
eventually going. So I want to do a podcast. I don't know if you guys are down for this one, but because someone commented we've inspired them with this podcast to talk
Ooh.
about their crazy con stories. But I want to do a podcast about nice guys.
Oh, let's do it.
Like who?
We're not going to call anybody out.
Oh. No, I mean,
Like when you mean
I mean,
like, yeah.
Monday?
Oh, okay. We can do that.
Yeah.
yeah.
We talk about tortillas.
Whatever. Tortillas and trash men.
I want to make and I'm going to put this out there, and I know whoever, this is going to like maybe upset some people. This is going to probably be like, why? Okay, that's cool, whatever. We're going to get different reactions, but we're going to start several other channels for different types of podcasts because I'm going to take on the role of a producer. I'm going to be working with other channels. So one thing I don't like to do, and any of my friends can testify to this, a lot of people don't know this, but I'm actually religious, and I don't like to shove my religious beliefs down people's throats. I don't even like to talk about my religious beliefs when it comes to the podcast.
Yeah,
or when
here.
same groups. So whatever. So, but we are gonna make a channel. It doesn't have a name, and I'm only a producer, so it's not my channel. But I'm gonna be working with this other channel, it's dedicated to our religious views, but also at the same time being gamers, being geeks, and it's supposed to be a safe haven for people that want to live that lifestyle of being a nerd or being a geek, but that are shunned by their religious community because of their choices.
Interesting.
That's some deep shit.
That is some deep shit. And we're going to start another one that's called Political. It's going to be about politics. It's going to be a political channel by me.
Oh, yeah.
But it's going to be called one of two things. Politics 5 Ever or Political BS. I'm
I like
leaning
the
towards
second one.
Political BS.
I
Yeah,
like the second one.
Yeah, I like that one too. Political BS, a Geeks 5 Ever channel. I got to keep that Geeks 5 Ever brand. It's my baby.
I mean, I'm fine with that. Never mind. What else are we doing?
Where's this we? You have to audition. Nobody can just jump in on it. You got no, seriously, because the religious one is
That's
not my
fine.
channel. The religious
Well, no,
one
I
is,
don't.
I
Well,
wouldn't
no, like what?
join that channel because I'm I'm not really religious, so it's like
well, I am,
not-
but like a lot
I'm
of
not-
a lot of y'all didn't know I was because I'm not like I have my beliefs, but I also believe that people
Right.
have the freedom. They have the freedom to choose how to live their lives, and I can't determine or make that decision for them.
Mhm.
Living the best life.
Yeah.
advocate. I could fill that role very easily.
Mhm. But no, I meant like, what else is Geeks 5 ever doing? What else?
What aren't we doing?
What
Apparently,
else?
I do have some of my staff members that are starting a TikTok channel. Simps. We'll talk
Oh,
about
Lord.
what's a Simps? Like a Simpson?
TikTok dances.
Yes. Bust a move.
That's fun.
No, yeah. So two of our staff members, they're two cosplayers. They cosplay from what's the name of that? Demon Slayer. Yeah, there it is. Demon Slayer. I think it's the guy with the green kimono that carries around his sister in a box.
Oh, Big Box.
Yeah.
Big Box cosplay.
Yeah, that's them. I don't know if they want me to say their real names.
No, we just shoot it at Big Box.
I have
Big
no
Box
idea what you're
cosplay.
talking about.
They're two Hispanic cosplayers. They're a couple.
Oh,
but
okay.
They cosplay the main character and his sister from Demon Slayer. And he
Oh,
has like
okay.
a big box.
They're
And he
cute
carries
as
her
fuck.
around. Yeah, they're really cool. So
Okay.
they're actually members of the Geeks 5 Ever staff, and they're going to be running our TikTok channel.
Sweet.
Cool.
When it's up and running, we'll send you the information. But right now it's not up and
Okay.
running. No, because somebody asked in the comments, like, send me the info. We don't have it up yet. We don't have anything. So Geeks 5 Ever is actually working on a lot. So we're going to have sweaters and hats coming out soon that only the staff members are going to have, but we're going to sell them. Hopefully people, like, I have no money right now. Like, I need to come up with $15 so I can pay for the restream service. No, it's not 15, it's 20. It's $20 to keep the service. And this service allows me to stream on YouTube, Twitch, and Facebook all at once. And it keeps the chat visible. It allows me to, you see the chat window in the on the stream, on the video? That's part of that service. So it allows me to do a lot with the channel. It's helped me so much. So I'm trying to figure out some stuff right now, but like we are progressing. We've been trying to get back on. We've been trying to get off our ass for a long time, and it took a pandemic to make us start doing shit.
Hey.
I know you've been
Whatever
texting
works.
me for fucking for
You
so
have
long.
nothing else to do with fuck.
You mean me?
Whatever works, man. Whatever works.
Hey.
Okay, so wait, Goku, give me a second. All right, I'm gonna go ahead and have to like leave because I got 20 orders to do for
That's
tomorrow.
fine. It's almost at 3 hours anyway. We got to start.
Yeah, we gotta get.
Yeah, because
I got
I'm
shit to
hungry.
do.
I'm hungry.
I got shit to do.
Yeah, you got dinner to not make.
Let me just say something. I did already posted up on my Saki Kitty page, so if you want to share it, that would be helpful. But I just, fulfilled, like, there's going to be 20 orders I have to do, and there's only, like, a few more tapes left, and I just ordered some because I didn't know it would be gone this quickly. But I do have some left. These are disappearing. I still have the stripe ones, flower ones, and the star ones if anyone wants to go ahead and order something. But you better order it now because, like, right now it's really disappearing fast. So can't
Yeah,
really
people
do much.
need the mask, y'all. Make sure you go ahead and buy that mask. It's not that expensive. Plus,
Yeah,
it'll
it's-
keep you
Yeah.
up to code with the restrict. Like people, we recommend that you wear masks.
Yeah.
It's
Wear
like-
the mask.
Please do. Please do.
You want to, like, I have two options. $4 will pay for that mask. This is not including the time and effort that I'm putting into these things. So you're just paying for the materials. I'm trying to make sure that people have these masks, and the only thing I'm receiving back is just the materials that I'm paying for.
There you go.
And they're $4. If you can, this will help me. If you could donate, if you could just pay for $6 for a mask, I will be able to donate another mask to somebody else. And my sister works in social services, and they need masks. So if y'all can afford $2 more, that would be great. I would suggest buy maybe 2 at least, because if one gets dirty, you have another one that's ready.
Right.
And if y'all can order, that would be great. If you can share it, that would be amazing. I'm trying to just help out as much as I can. I didn't think I would have them, like, I was like, I already ran out of tape. I was like, I just got this today. As soon as I was like, we need some, and I'm like, okay, all right,
There you go.
On Etsy, I prefer people to do it on Etsy because it will give you tracking number, it will calculate everything. The shipping's going to cost about $4 for just United States shipping. But, yeah, if you want to, I have plenty left. The silver and black ones are sold out right now. So.
Are they machine washable?
Yes, they are. They are machine washable. You could just throw them in with your dirty clothes, wash them, or hand wash
You
them.
can throw them in there with your dirty drawers.
Put them in your dirty clothes. fine.
I mean, bleach it, I guess.
There you go.
Hot water. Just scalding hot water.
Yeah, hot water will be good.
If y'all can share it, that will be great as well too. I'm trying to do the best I can of like ordering. You know, I already posted up everywhere, and everyone's like, "All right, you know, we want these right now," and I'm like, "Okay, I'm gonna have to sew all of this shit now."
All right, well, you heard
That's
it.
why I'm cutting, sewing, and getting them ready.
You can to get any information that you need from Saki Kitty, you can go to facebook.com/Saki Kitty, or instagram.com/Saki Kitty, or onlyfans.com/Saki Kitty.
OnlyFans. I would appreciate it.
OnlyFans.
That because that will help me and other people in need in the long run.
Okay, people
So.
want to know. There is a question. People want to know what's your Etsy. Etsy.
My Etsy.
Yes.
It's let me go ahead and just send that to you. You can send it to the people. If you type in, it's basically etsy.com/shop/Saki Kitty Shop. That's it.
There you go. Etsy Saki Kitty Shop. It's Saki Kitty Shop. You etsy.com/shop/Saki Kitty Shop. That doesn't roll off the tongue.
Like if
It
you,
does not.
it's gonna be posted on my Instagram now, my Twitter, my Tumblr, everywhere. If you follow me, it's posted, and this is going to help. You know, me, because like I spend a lot. I already spend like so far. I'm getting used to spending like $200 on this stuff. You know, and I'm making like over like 150 or 200. It's just there's a lot, and I'm trying to do these as best as I can, as fast as I can.
So
if I could get a bit of like at least some of the money that I spend on it, that will help me, and I'm just trying to help the community as best I can. If you're a cosplayer, so.
We'll see if we can.
Exactly.
We'll see if we can like raffle or auction something off, and we'll sell something, and then we will use the money and we will donate it to Saki Kitty, so Saki Kitty can donate some of the masks. We'll figure something out within the coming week or so. So we'll definitely figure something out. So you do want to get the mask while you can. Make sure because having a mask is like. When you're about to hook up with somebody, you want to always have a condom. You always want to wrap your hot dog.
That's right. That's important.
That's right. Oh, you want to be safe.
You want to be safe.
That's Jace over there like, oh my God, what did I get into? Remember, hashtag wrap your hot dog.
Keep it kosher, guys.
All right, so we're going to go ahead. Keep it kosher. Yeah, that's right. Keep it kosher. Remember, you don't want unwanted relish. Anyways, we're going to go ahead and wrap it up there. So, so we'll be back Monday with another podcast about, I guess, simps, nice guys, the fake nice guys. So
I know.
And we'll talk about like maybe food and other stuff. So that was a really cool discussion. Next week on Thursday at 7 p.m. we are doing another Anime Matsuri versus Delta H Con. We do these videos once a week now, so we can give them enough time to update their guest lineup, to update their information, and we can have more shit to talk about both cons. We did have some bad things to say about Delta H Con, but at the same time we understand where they're coming from. They have contracts and they have to stick to these contracts until they have a way out. Anime Matsuri, they've been talking about going on and talking about keeping this.
They don't give a fuck.
Going. They don't give a fuck at this point. So, you know what? But at the same time, I think both cons are making a big mistake. I know Sarah's going to look out for the best of people. They're going to give away masks. Anime Matsuri, they're probably just going to like pepper spray the shit.
The ladies don't give a fuck.
They're going to hit you with a stick, with a medical stick, like a night stick, but it's going to say medical on the side. It's like, oh, you're cured. They're going to just beat your ass like a piñata. So if you like, if you're watching this video and you haven't already, make sure you follow us on Twitch, YouTube, or Facebook. Facebook.com/Geeks5Ever. Instagram as well. Instagram.com/Geeks5Ever. YouTube.com/Geeks5Ever. Or Twitch.tv/Geeks5Ever. We're also on Mixer now. And pretty soon we'll be on Spreaker, hopefully iHeartRadio, and Spotify in the near future. We're going to do we're also negotiating with a website to be on there as well. So we're going to be producing a original exclusive podcasts for that website. And for Spotify, iHeartRadio, and Spreaker, we're also going to be producing another audio-only original podcast for that. I also have a Dragon Ball Z podcast coming out with a different channel. And I have, don't forget, every Wednesday...
Every Wednesday.
It's because it's really loud. It's really loud. Like it was really loud. Yeah. So every Wednesday and Saturday we do a Geek Survivor podcast. We haven't really done it this week because I've been under the weather. Every Friday and Sunday we do the terrible fan fiction streaming where I read shitty fan fiction over the internet and I try to mispronounce all the misspelled words and read it all in its bad grammar glory. This week, starting Friday, we're reading a fan fiction called Sponge Love. It's a SpongeBob fan fiction where he hooks up with Bill Clinton. Yes, you heard that. Actually, that's on Friday at 8 p.m. At Friday on 8 p.m. and then Sunday it's at 6 p.m. Wednesday and Saturday at 7, it's the Geek Survivor podcast. Monday, it's a podcast as well. And then Thursday, until we figure out when we're done, we're going to do Anime Matsuri versus Delta, at least for 4 or 5 episodes. So these are different podcasts that we're doing. We're also... So if you can, remember, our next stream is tomorrow at 8 p.m. here on Geek Survivor on Facebook. We are going to start another YouTube channel for that, so that'll be awesome. If you haven't already, like I said, like us, follow us. Make sure you hit the alert button to stay up to date. Thank you, everybody, for being a guest on this. Thank you for everybody that watched. And we'll see you again next week for the Anime Matsuri versus Delta Part 2. But tomorrow's terrible fan fiction. And Saturday, I have a voice actor. They're a pretty cool voice actor. They're not like Johnny Young Bosch or someone huge, but they have worked with Funimation. And if you have any questions about how getting into the voice acting, into that kind of career, you can always join the stream and ask questions and talk to them. They're really good friends, so they'll be here on Saturday. All right, guys, thanks for watching. I'm King Mexico, also known as Goku, Saki Kitty, SJ, and Mr. Oliver, and I want everyone to